Well then, here we go. In theory, I think we're live. Everything's a little bit more uncertain here in Linux Town. I mostly know how my software works at this point, pretty much.
So looking at this,
So here's a stream link for you.
Okay.
In case you
I
want
would
to do
say
stuff.
based on the building and the aspect ratio, but not the quality of the film, I would say Vertigo. I want to guess Vertigo, but I think this is a little more recent than that.
This looks a lot more recent than that.
Yeah, do you recognize it?
No, it's just a lot more recent than that. I think that's obvious.
Yeah, particularly with like the focus. Oh, like there's he's out of focus and the photo's in focus, and then there's focus on the.
It's a very
How recent would you say this is?
It's a very strangely composed shot. This is 90s or later. I'd put money on that.
90s or later, okay. Then yeah, I don't know, because if it was 70s, I would guess it's that De Palma film that's kind of like Vertigo, because first of all, he loves a reference, and secondly, he loves some strange focus stuff, split diopters and whatnot.
This is a movie about a man looking at a house and a picture of a house. An old picture of that house.
Is it House of the Devil?
It's
no.
What's the one? What's the one with the spooky, the boogeyman? What's the one where the literal boogeyman is the boogeyman? Halloween is Michael Myers. It's not Insidious. It's the other one. Hey Cornflakes, hey Silas, welcome to the pre-stream. Amabel made me play Framed, even though I object to this as a pre-stream. Apparently she's the boss today.
Oh, because you're that I was play Sega Genesis, and you're like, no one wants to see that. No one likes it when you're having fun, Amabel.
I did not say that. That was the opposite of what I said. I wanted to do the Sega Genesis. Is it called Sadistic?
Okay, try Sadistic.
It's not that. I mean, that's not
Seabiscuit. It's Seabiscuit.
It's like It's got a one-word name, and it's not Insidious because that's the one about the little boy who's haunted. But it's the one that came out kind of the same time, and it's about the scary. There's films about there's scary home movies. Ethan Hawke's in it.
Paranormal Activity, but one word.
I'm asking you so you can look it up. Don't just sit there and stare at me.
Okay,
what's the name of this film? Because I want to guess that movie. I just can't remember the name of it.
Okay.
And I'm a little bit less.
What we're doing now.
I'm a little bit less nimble than I used to. I will look up the title of a film based on all of the facts about it. I don't think that's cheating.
Okay. So, well, Insidious is about a haunted house.
No, Insidious is about a haunted boy. The boy Sid. That's why it's called Insidious.
Okay.
You're killing me. I feel like honestly, when it comes time to stream, I feel like I'm missing an arm operating on only 2 monitors. It's a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, actually searching for okay, is in the Conjuring universe maybe? Is it The Conjuring?
Sinister. The name of the movie is Sinister. You were fucking horrible at Google. It wasn't Sinister. It's not, and that's not funny. If I have one monitor for managing the program feed and looking at Amabel's beautiful face, and another monitor for this is the stuff that the audience is seeing, where am I supposed to put the chat and the stream maintenance stuff? It's supposed to go on the third monitor.
Yeah. No, there's not a way to adapt that for 3 monitors. Your Steam box.
It has 2 video outputs. I'm not saying there's no way to do it, but it's not.
I will buy you a splitter.
The old box. Splitter? No, a splitter would not be the solution to this. How is it going to generate the third screen?
Is this movie called Splitter?
This is a movie called Splitter. It's just a person looking at the street. There's not a movie called Splitter in the database. We haven't looked at this image at all.
I mean, skip unless you have something.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with skip.
Oh, is this an Emmerich movie? Maybe.
I don't know.
There's like a traffic jam, and he likes traffic jams because then things go bad, and um.
Well,
Okay, are you still getting 90s from this?
maybe a little bit less.
Who's that? Is that a boy band behind her?
I don't think so. I don't know who that is. Boy bands don't have hair like that.
Maybe they're sportsmen? Sports boys? Are you still getting horror film vibes?
I have no idea.
Okay.
This is fucking entertainment poison. I'm skipping.
Is this Dave?
Is
No,
it Dave?
okay.
I don't think so. This person's home is somewhat more richly appointed. He's very bad at the puzzle on his wall. He's done a terrible job. This whole movie is just people looking out windows.
This is Cloud Atlas. There are clouds there.
This is not, I can guarantee you this is not Cloud Atlas. She says, hitting the button. Okay, well, we're on image 5, and I don't know who any of
who these
the actors are, so. Okay, well, I know him, but I still don't have. Camino?
Is that
the planet from Star Wars?
Bad?
No, this is not. Which one of these men do you think is Aaron Paul? Hold on a second here.
The guy on the left.
The guy on the left? No. Good Lord. All of Us Strangers, a film I've never heard of in my entire life.
Okay.
I do think it's funny. I do think it's funny that in the top 10 guesses, there was also Strangers on a Train and The Strangers. People who were like, oh, I almost know it. I almost know it. Whoever guessed Hamnet is very misinformed about the subject matter of Hamnet. And some of these people clearly just typed the word train. They were like, well, those guys are on a train, so.
It's true.
Yeah, this is Train to Busan, right? Little Train to Busan looks like. White people sitting on a train.
Okay, yeah, I'd never heard of this.
Well,
let me
look it up. We should.
Well, I'm looking it up this time. It's from 2023.
I hear you, but I want to get the information, so I'm going to look it up myself because you're.
That's rude.
Yep, you got your Andrew Scott, your Paul Mescal. I don't know who Paul Mescal is.
Oh, Andrew Scott. Okay, he looks a lot like the guy from Breaking Bad.
He super doesn't. How do you think Andrew Scott looks like? Okay, so famously, Amabel can't tell the difference between men. She just can't recognize the faces of men. And so she thinks that Andrew Scott looks like Aaron Paul. Would that be a different Jesse Pinkman performance, huh? All right, let's jump back. Let's jump back and do a different one.
Okay.
They're both kind of Twinkie. I will accept that.
Is this Barry Lyndon?
Is this Barry Lyndon? Fucking fine now. I certainly wouldn't recognize it. It's not. It's not Barry Lyndon.
No.
The energy is too spooky for Barry Lyndon.
Yeah, I don't. It's not the Vavitch.
Graven, don't reinforce her delusion. I'm glad to see that people are enjoying it, are excited about the Warhams. There's gonna be more Warhams. I was hoping to get more recording done, but I ran into another technical problem, and I've resolved it now. But I just haven't had time to. There's gonna be more. Yeah, I'm figuring stuff out. I'm figured most of our stuff out at this point.
Unless you have a gas list skip. I'm trying to keep it moving.
Yeah. This one's sinister. The last one was a fake. Okay, it's not. So we have 2 beds here.
In like an attic area.
Yeah, it almost has like a seminary vibe.
Yeah, but a spooky. Is there a movie about a spooky seminary? Is it called Seminary? Is it called The Nun? Is this The Nun? The horror film The Nun?
Is this the horror film The Nun? You're basing that on absolutely nothing. The Gunman. That's the same deal. Oh, that's gosh. I have bad news for you. I know the actress, but I don't know that many movies that she's been in.
Is this an adaptation of The Scarlet Letter?
She was very good in God's Creatures. We can try Scarlet Letter. Carlito wants his letter back.
Carlito's way. Yeah, I don't know this one.
This was your idea for the pre-stream. I just wanna reiterate.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Jesse Buckley. So it's just any movie made in the past 5 years that was aiming for an Oscar.
Hamnet. This is Hamnet.
Is this Hamnet? It is.
Motherfucker, are you kidding me?
No.
Wow.
Again, any Oscar bait movie made in the last 5 years or so. That makes sense.
Okay, we got one.
What's like a movie that's going to be really boring but probably win a lot of awards?
All right.
We got one.
Last one. Last
Okay.
one.
All right. Best 2 out of 3. I would say we did not get that one. But fine.
Excuse me. I guessed it. It was right. I got that one. This is too blue to be Mad Max Fury Road.
That's correct. Also, there's nothing
It's
that
not
looks
like
like this.
because like the blue part looks different. Yeah.
The blue part doesn't look like this at all. Listen, I know all the scenes. I could do all the frames from Mad Max Fury Road.
Is this Thor: The Dark World?
Do you think that, or are you just saying things?
I see thunder on the screen. I see a 2:3:5 aspect ratio. It looks fairly recent. It looks a little CG-elated.
Okay, well, Dark World's not one of the options, actually.
How about Love and Thunder?
They have all the other Thor movies. I don't think lightning means Thor. Good lord. Okay, these are fantastical fellows. These are not Dune outfits.
I don't think so.
That's not a slip suit.
This isn't a Star Wars thing.
I don't think so. The weapon, this very tight-headed axe or mace, is interesting. These aren't slip suits, are they?
I don't remember that movie very well, so I really can't.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen I saw Dune 2 right when it came to streaming, and I haven't watched either of them since that.
Do you want to guess Dune?
I'm going to guess a Dune. Heck, but I wouldn't know which one.
Let's try part 2. I don't remember there being any thunder in the first one.
Okay, no, it is a Star Wars. This is, in fact, one of them Star Wars.
Oh, so this almost certainly is, I think this is that 9th one. I remember the name of it. The one where he has returned.
Yeah, Rise of Skywalker?
I think this is Rise of Skywalker.
I don't think I recognize the frame, so yeah, Rise of Skywalker makes sense to me. Okay.
Yeah, because the
this is not that Star Wars. You have a weapon, I will say.
Those are like the Knights of something, and then that guy.
The Knights of Ren.
Turns out, yeah, and then that guy is.
That guy's General Hux. That's General Hux.
Yes, but he's now working for the rebels in this one.
But you keep saying that guy like you don't know the names of the major characters.
I don't.
That's Domhnall Gleeson. You know which character Domhnall Gleeson plays?
He's a little fascist. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
the little fascist.
He's the little fascist who's like kind of sad, like the same character he plays in every movie. That's funny-ish.
I don't think that was a complete disaster.
I'm calling that a complete disaster. I think this one on 3 they're just giving it to you. This is such a gimme. This doesn't. I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about any of it.
What were the other 3 shots?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, if you recognize the Oscar Isaac here, I mean, that's pretty Star Wars, the thing that's happening there. That's just Ray. That's just fully Ray. And then there's Ray and Luke, in case you're still not there.
I think it is cowardice. They did not just have the shot of
Number 6 is the
Oscar
beginning
Isaac.
of the. Oh, okay.
saying
I was gonna say
shot with the subtitle.
Shot 6 could be the beginning of the crawl where it says Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker.
All right.
Yeah, Cat of Nine Tails in chat says putting Chewie and Hux on the third image is a bit of them going, well, nobody liked this movie anyway. Yeah, I agree with you. I do believe that that's what's occurring. Hey, guess what it's time for?
What?
The actual stream.
Okay.
That was the once per fiscal quarter framed that I always disagree with, and it's funny how I'm always right, and yet we end up here anyway.
So you're gonna stop sharing your stream with me?
I'm gonna do what I want when I want. That's the energy that I'm. That's the energy I'm bringing today. You say that's usually how I do it, but we just did stream. We just did food.
That's because you secretly wanted it, and I know that.
Wow.
You didn't use your safe word.
Wow. What an unacceptable thing to say out loud. Holy shit. What an actually against the law thing to say out loud. All right.
So you're gonna mute, so I can't hear you doing your thing. Undo my thing, and then we'll reconvene.
That's correct.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Welcome to the actual stream part of the stream, everybody. Today we're doing more magic because I'm still hammering out some little things about the technical setup, and also I kind of got magic on the brain, so apologies if this is not the stuff you're into. Don't worry, this is not going to be how it is forever. Oops, that's the wrong. Let's fade that back to a zoom level that makes sense. It's not going to be all magic all the time on the streams, just a couple in a row because we both got magic on the brain a bit. Nick 16 characters says SB's an open source gal now and takes no shit of proprietary opinions no more. Silas talking about the magic announcement that came out this week. Yeah, some of the new sets look pretty cool. They're doing some new stuff, some neat stuff, some homerids, which is wild. I was a huge, so I started playing like pretty shortly after Fallen Empires came out, when that was like the hot new thing at the hobby shop before everybody decided they hated it for let's be honest, reasons that make sense. And so I have a strong nostalgic connection to all of the Fallen Empires garbage, including the sweet homerids. Anyway, this is our pool. Today we're playing Outlaws of Thunder Gulch first. Which is a sort of a loosely Wild West themed kind of villains from all over the multiverse came to this place because there's some kind of big score to be had. If anything, it's honestly kind of like Borderlands vibes a little bit, where it's, you know, it's Wild West by way of magic science fiction. And anyway, we're doing a sealed pool, and then we're going to do a little best of 5 against Amabel's sealed pool and see how things go. So okay, what are we looking at here? I mean, I see a number of legendary folk. We got some rares here that are certainly eye-opening. Jolene, the Plundering Pugilist, is not a rare, but is a 4 power for 3 that makes treasure tokens. I do love a treasure token because I do love to play too many colors. So certainly we can get some damage and or mana out of this. Wily Duke is pretty strong. There's a cute little thing here where she has vigilance, but she has a thing you get when she becomes tapped. She's very good in a deck that has a lot of creatures with the mount ability, the saddle ability, which lets you tap creatures to improve their functionality. So you can use your Wily Duke to saddle another creature and then get her becomes tapped bonus from that. We also have here a Roxanne Starfall Savant, which I don't think I've ever seen in actual play before. Enters the battlefield or attacks, create a tapped colorless artifact token named Meteorite, which deals 2 damage when it enters. Wow, holy crow. What is this card? What is this card? This is super pushed. Okay. So I was going to say, generally, I think green is a very strong color in this format. And the fact that we have multiple cool green creatures and then like a bunch of tumbleweed rising and stuff makes me want to play green. And that was before I read that card. Now we're definitely playing green. It feels like green is very good here. So we have a couple of good mount cards. Oh wow, we have a Dust Animus? Yeah. I feel kind of bad. I think we're probably going to run Amabel the fuck over. So my inclination is to start looking at this pool as a green-red-white pool, right? How's our fixing? We have 2 Hard Bristle Bandits, which can tap for any color, which is pretty great. We have over here a couple of Mirage Mesas, a Conduit Pylon, which can wash mana into any color. We have a red-black duel, a green-white duel, or a red-green duel, and a green-white duel. Our pool is kind of super well set up for this red-green-white nonsense. So let's get on it. Let's have a look at the red-green-white nonsense. We're going to tuck all of the black and blue cards away for a moment. As I'm clicking through these, I am going to say I don't really see a ton of exciting stuff in these colors. What does this do? Whenever equipped creatures, this is an equipment, deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library, exile a card from among them. You can cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Okay. So it's 2 to cast, 3 to equip, and then if the equipped creature hits something, you get a free spell. I mean, maybe that's good. Sometimes that's going to be real good. Shifting Grift, I do think, is pretty good. A spell that lets you exchange control of some permanents. This town ain't big enough is pretty fun. Lets you bounce 2 permanents. Step Between Worlds. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library. Okay. That's an interesting sort of time twister. I think we're right to not play the black and blue. There's kind of not like a ton of great stuff. There's a Thoughtseize here, which is kind of funny. There's like a Desert Stew is a good card. Rictus Robber's a good card. Some of the higher end black is pretty good, but for the most part, I think I'm pretty comfortable sacrificing that stuff. Oh, we have multicolored stuff here too. Apparently, there's a ninja that we're not playing. That's weird. Hindering Lights. That's fine. And then, yeah, we actually we have a ton of like red, green, green, white. Ooh, Back for More is very good. So we do have some compelling black cards, and they're kind of on the higher end. Like, I sort of wonder if we can run mostly green and then kind of red and white and black all sort of like on the back end. Because obviously this spell is bananas. This is very often going to be a dramatic 2-for-1, and then there's like Rictus Robber, which is 2 creatures as long as you're, playing Magic. Hollow Marauder, which is a relatively large flyer that also messes with your opponent's hand. Yeah. Okay. So let's let me pull all the lands out of it. I guess I pulled out the artifacts too there. Oasis Gardener is actually fairly likely to make it. We'll keep the artifacts in for a second. But click all those out. Okay, and then let's just put it on the curve and see what's what as far as creatures. Like, what colors do we really want to be playing to make sure that we can have creatures on the ground, we can be fighting. It's a very punchy format. I'm going to grab these Tumbleweed Risings and bring them up. These are effectively creature spells. You can see it is a sorcery, but when you cast it, you get an elemental. Unfortunately, it's a creature spell that doesn't work if you don't have another creature on the board. Dance of the Tumbleweeds is also a creature. This one does work regardless of your creatures because it makes a creature whose size is based on your land. I mean, Form a Posse is also a creature spell. It creates a whole bunch of mercenary tokens who can work together to lend their might to someone. Gosh, we have a lot of good stuff here. So Map the Frontier gets you 2 lands. We have 2 Hard Bristle Bandits. Do we have any other mana fixing? We have an Oasis Gardener who can tap for any color. I think we probably could with this pool play a Black Splash into our 3 other colors deck. The question, I guess, is just going to be like, is it worth the effort? Because holy crow, do we have a lot of playables.
I don't think that's right.
We got to cut some stuff back. Let's cut some stuff back pretty aggressively here, pretty ruthlessly. Combat tricks, like if we were to cut our spells down to just like removal and stuff that is like hard gold. Gold Pan does give you a treasure token when it comes into play, and so it is a colorless way of producing another color. But aside from that, it's a pretty mediocre equipment. And like I said, I think we're gonna have to be like pretty ruthless here. Tornado destroys target creature with flying, but it is, it cycles if you don't have anything else to do with it. It is removal. Savage Smash is removal as long as you have a creature on the table. Decimate is always removal. Gosh, what a spell. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in our pool. Am I okay? I'm just like I'm cutting our overrun effect because I'm just like, you know what? We can't be thinking about that. Luxurious Locomotive is pretty good. Like, whatever deck we're running here, 11 spells is going to be too much for it. I think I'm probably going to cut this at knife point. So this is a pretty cool one of the themes of this setting is outlaws. Any creature that is an assassin, a mercenary, a pirate, a rogue, or a warlock is an outlaw. And as you might imagine, there are a lot of creatures in the set who are one or more of those things. And then committing crimes. So whenever you commit a crime, this creates a creature token. To commit a crime is to target your opponent or any of the stuff they own, basically. This is a cool spell, but it's kind of not where we're going to be as far as creature types, and also it's on a color we might not play. So I think we can comfortably cut that. Do we need to have 10 non-creature spells? Probably not. And the thing that I'm most likely to cut here, there are enough creature tokens that I think Trick Shot usually does get you 2 creatures. So the thing I'm most likely to cut here is like the Tornado, maybe. I really, really like Explosive Derailment. Ariad's Lullaby destroys. I love just destroy target creature, Let's say Tornado out. Maybe we also drop the Luxurious Locomotive because we kind of have a lot of 5-drops. Let's say we think about it like this for the moment. So if we were going to play the standard 17 lands, this is like 15 creatures and these 8 spells, all of which are either removal spells or Map the Frontier. That's not bad. And if we end up not running the black, then we also cut back for more. That seems like an okay place to start. So we have currently 33 cards in our creature area, and I think we can probably do away with some of these pretty quickly. So starting at the 2-drop, we have so many. Starting with these guys, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of Reckless Lackey. I think he's pretty good in the aggressive red outlaw type strategies. As a pirate, he is an outlaw, and obviously you can blow him up for a card and a treasure token, so he's kind of color fixing. But I think I'm gonna for the moment, let's exclude the lackeys here, because I'm kind of thinking, looking at this, that were maybe mostly green-white. And maybe what we can do here is sort of like green-white splash the red and splash the black. And that can give us a little bit more stable color base, you know? I don't think that we're quite a Forma Posse deck. I think we're kind of more of a big stompy guys kind of deck. Although we don't have many of the sort of green mid-rangey dudes that I would prefer for that style of deck. I'll say that. But let's pull the this aside, because like I'm thinking, you know, we're gonna be getting a lot of like big green token creatures. What is Tomb Trawler? It's a 2-mana 0/4 that bores me. I'm just not interested. Intrepid Stable Master, okay, gives us green. Allows us to cast mount or vehicle spells a little faster and easier. We have a fair number of creatures with mount, not anything at the higher end, unfortunately. Although I will say, so we have an easy treasure generator here in green-red. It's a little bit of a bummer for that to be in the splash color. And if we were to lean into green-red more as our early colors, we'd be missing out on some pretty good, like I like these early white creatures, right? Like this guy has 3 power, and if saddled, he has first strike, and that's a little hard to deal with in the early game. It could be, I think this is a very compelling sort of creature. Prairie Dog is just good and solid. I don't have any idea why this is what a Prairie Dog is like in Magic. This creature gets very big and scary very quickly. Also, are Prairie Dogs a kind of squirrel? This has creature type squirrel on it. That's weird, right? Am I the only person who thinks that's weird? And Dust Animus is just a total menace. So I like it as white-green quite a lot. So Stable Master's great. We probably don't need to play 3 copies of Tumbleweed Rising. As a spell that is reliant on other creatures being in play, this is like the most vulnerable of our 2-drops to like being drawn at a time when it's just sort of a bad card. So why don't we go ahead and cut 2 Tumbleweed Risings? That still leaves us with 8 2-drops, which is probably too many, but we'll come back to it. Let's trim 3. 3 definitely needs a trim. So Inventive Wingsmith here. There's a whole deck in this format. The ones who do not play, not cast spells from your hand. This is sort of like a white-blue theme around this. And this guy is one of the earliest and most common cards in that strategy. I mean, obviously, like a flying 2/4 for 3 is very good. Even if he's not flying, I think he's still pretty good. There's a huge number of X1 and X2 creatures running around here, and Inventive Wingsmith does make their lives very difficult. Vengeful Townsfolk gets a counter on it whenever your stuff dies. If you're playing this, if we're playing this, it definitely like makes me think about bringing Forma Posse back. Obviously, you want to play this in a deck that has a lot of small creatures, so that when you perform your double and triple blocks and whatever, you can get some payout from it at least. This is a 3/3 for 3 that also does damage to stuff. That's obviously a winner. I like Prickly Pear a whole lot. What if a creature was 2 creatures and also they were men made of cactus? I gotta say, I am familiar with a lot of fantasy settings. I love a lot of fantasy settings. And I've seen more than one Fantasy Wild West thing. I don't think I've ever seen cactus people in another thing. And it's such a good idea. It just kind of blows my mind that this I believe is the first time I've seen that idea used. But like, dudes made of cactuses, that's awesome. That's so good. Drover Grizzly is fine, you know. So listen, there's a bunch of guys here who have power greater than their mana value, and that is a thing that we go for. Free Strider Commando can be cast as a 5/5. The Wild Sea TTRPG has cactus people. That doesn't surprise me. Wild Sea is full of cool ideas. Man, I want to play Wild Sea. My kingdom for a stable tabletop RPG group, you know? Okay, so what I've determined by looking at our 3-drops is that I love them all very much and I don't want to cut any of them. Have we talked about Rambling Possum and his hat made out of a cactus? Look at his tiny cactus hat. And his face. Look at that on him. I want to grab him by the sides of his head and ruffle his scruff and smooch him right on the snout. And I know from experience with what is clearly a North American possum, I know what will happen if I do that. That we're both going to end up terribly bloodied. But it's just such a good... It's such a good face. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Can we cut the Rambling Possum? No, absolutely we cannot. I will be honest. I do think that for all of his being 4-2, I do think Drover Grizzly is just kind of mediocre. Like I said, there's a lot of little dudes running around in this format. There's a huge amount of like 2-1s and 2-2s. And being 4-2, I think, is actually like a pretty serious drawback. Versus being a 3-3, which is easily available at the same cost and stat line. I think we cut the Drover Grizzlies. If I'm playing a 4-2 for 3, I want it to be Jolene or something, right? Now, cutting creatures that we could use Wily Duke to saddle. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe I should be trying to run all my saddles. Because every time, drawing a card anytime you use her to saddle something is a pretty big deal. Ah, bloody hell. Hold on, put those back in. I need to be making cuts right now. Okay. Am I going to cut Free Strider Commando? Is that the world we're living in? This guy is often 5/5. Vengeful Townsfolk has a lot. Man, we can't just run 12 3-drops. That's basically our whole creature budget. All right, hold on. Let me look at some other stuff here. So Wanted Griffin is a 3/2 flyer, and when it dies, you get a mercenary token. It's a 3-power flyer for 4. It's not bad. This is a saddle creature, and it's actually quite a good one, I think. So I'm unlikely to cut that. Rodeo Pyromancers is a 4-mana 3/4 that gives you 2 mana when you cast your first spell of the turn, so that you can get a second spell out, and that's exciting. And then we have 3 copies of Sterling Supplier, which is fine. This is is perfectly fine, man. It is a shame he cannot take his own counter. And Roxanne is an absolute bomb. We are for sure playing Roxanne. So let's cut. I'm gonna cut a couple of Sterling Suppliers. I don't know how many 5-drops I want to be playing. It's probably not that many. I think we actually are kind of weirdly aggressive. I think it did turn out pretty aggressive. And I'm wondering about the Prickly Pear. So, part of what's neat about the Prickly Pear is that once the 2/2 is outclassed, you at least have the Mercenary with the ability to buff up your, real creatures. But I am wondering if maybe, this is just the situation where we're not that kind of aggressive deck. I think I'm going to be wanting to... I don't think we have a lot of the gimmick for this guy, so I think we're going to be playing spells pretty much constantly. So I think I'm going to cut Inventive Wingsmith. We just got to get, really aggressive with our cuts here. We have way too many cards. And I can only make Amabel sit and wait while I jaw with y'all for so long. I don't think it's right to cut the Longhorn Sharpshooter. I was gonna say the more we bleed out the early red, the more we can sort of stabilize our mana base around getting the green-white in play and then figuring out the red/black. But I think it would be wrong to cut the Longhorn Sharpshooter. That guy's too good. I love it when deal 2 damage to target. Nick 16 characters in chat says, "Oh, let's play Gruul with white 2s and 3s. Wow, this deck ended really aggressive." It's mostly Selesnya. You're not wrong though. I'm playing. I really aggressively cut a lot of 5 stuff very quickly. All right, so we're on 22 creatures here. This number needs to be more like 15. The Wanted Griffin is good. I mean, the Pyromancers are like... The Pyromancers are get value later creatures, and I kind of think we can stick to get value now type creatures. If I'm honest, maybe we don't need to think about the future. To what extent does that mean that I'm like looking at cutting these? I mean, it's still a 3-power flyer, but like at 2 toughness, it dies to basically everything. Wanted Griffins, it's all right. Maybe we don't play any copies of Tumbleweed Rising? Tumbleweed Rising is better in this like the stompier, more mid-gamey green decks. For us, it's going to be a 4/4 a lot of the time. That's not so bad. The 2-mana 4/4, I guess is pretty okay as far as Magic cards go. We have a couple of things that give +1/+1 counters, so maybe it could be better than that. Am I actually saying, hey, let's cut the 2-mana 4/4? No. But like this is very often a 2-mana 4/5. Prairie Dog gets very good sometimes. Trained Airings is always great. We need our Hard Bristle Bandits for colors and stuff. Intrepid Stable Master is great. I really am like looking at this and going, is a 2-mana 4/4 our worst 2-drop? This is going to create a larger creature almost always, and it's going to get us land and help fix our mana. Cut the other Tumbleweed Rising? Have I lost my mind? And I'm also looking at the Free Strider Commando. Like, sure, it's a 5/5, but only if you plot it on turn 4 and then it comes in on turn 5. And if it can't attack until turn 6, is the game over already? It might be. Click. Maybe we don't need Oasis Gardener. Maybe we're not in a place where our mana is so bad that we need the Oasis Gardener. Like if we look at, right, we have Bristling Backwoods, Conduit Pylons, Creosote Heath, and then a pair of Mirage Mesas as lands to fix our mana. Plus the Dance of the Tumbleweeds, which gets us any land we want, or even both of those dual lands are deserts. All of those multicolor lands are deserts, and so this can fetch those as well. Plus 2 Hard Bristle Bandits. I don't think I do need a 3-mana 2/2 actually. I think we're going to be okay without it. I think we're going to cut this shit to the bone, and everything's going to be okay. Am I playing 16 lands? Maybe we're not even playing 17 lands. Is it Vengeful Townsfolk? I do worry that the Prairie Dog is going to end up just being a 2/2 because the way you get counters on it is at the beginning of your end step if you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn. It's part of that deck. Are we cutting a 2-mana life linker who has great potential, especially in the late game? No. We're going to cut Wanted Griffin? What if punching? What if always punching on the ground? Punching. Here's the thing about Wanted Griffin. It has evasion, and that's fun. But what it doesn't let me do is all of the other things that I want to do in my life. Sterling Supplier, I think the application of a +1/+1 creature counter on another creature is great enough that we maybe keep this. Vengeful Townfolk, I will say this. Vengeful Townsfolk is a card where you can look at this and you can see a lot of upside and you can be like, oh yeah, of course. I have literally never seen one of these get a counter on it. But that's because usually you play it and your opponent feels the need to play a removal spell on it immediately. That's a pretty good card. You don't necessarily want to cut those cards, even if you don't see them get the gas. I mean, maybe it's Prairie Dog. if we cut Prairie Dog and just play 16 lands, this is a deck of cards that we could just commit to the thing. And it's got all the removal spells and all the bullshit. This is what I'm playing. I'm just let's get out of here. So actually, we want the Jagged Barrens. Then we're just gonna play all of these dual lands. We need like a couple black sources, but with the Mirage Mesas, like I don't even think we need to play a swamp because our only card that searches for lands can get a desert. I guess as things stand, we don't have a card that can... Conduit Pylons can. Conduit Pylons does not come into play tapped. I was going to say we don't have a card that can produce black mana the turn we play it, but this one does. This one does. So we can get this with Dance of the Tumbleweeds if we need to be able to back for more quickly. That said, Dance of the Tumbleweeds and back for more in the same turn is pretty unlikely because if I'm playing this, I'm playing it fully spreed, and that would be like 12 mana. Plus, we have a couple things to generate treasure tokens, plus the Roxanne. Yeah, so 0 swamps. This is 6 non-basics, so our green and our white are most important. We have green double represented and white once represented in the duels. Plus, the Mirage Mesas and the Conduit Pylons produce everything. So I kind of think maybe we're over 5 forests here means that 10 of our lands produce green mana, and we don't have any double green spells or anything, so it's probably not. It probably doesn't need to be that hot, and I think we probably do want more plains than this. 4 of the duels produce white mana. And actually, I think probably we can cut back on the red. We didn't end up with that many red spells. We have 2 red duels plus 3 any color lands, plus the Bristle Bandits and everything. Like maybe this is the mana base 4/2/4. I'm just thinking we really want to make sure we have access to our white early. Okay, maybe I'm going to feel this. Maybe I've set us all up for terrible failure here, but I'm going to go ahead and do this thing. And then I'm going to get this. I'm going to throw us to the cave real quick. I'm going to get this set up in the TCG arena, and we're going to play some Magic. That did take a minute, and I apologize, y'all, but I do deck build a little bit slowly. Cuts are difficult for me, as you all saw. I really like this format. I think this is a super fun format. I think the set is really fun. The flavor of it and the mechanics are great for limited. I have no idea about constructed. I have not played a game of constructed Magic in literally 20 years, probably. But I do love the limited. Hey all, welcome, Christian Johansson, everybody. Hey, Amabel. Whoa.
Hi.
Whoa. I'm ready.
Startled the Amabel. Yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready for the connection. If you would like to connect to me for to play magical cards.
I forgot that's what we were doing. It's been
how's your pool?
It is okay. I think it's okay.
All right. Here we go. Random starting player. Amabel, you have been selected by the game to go first.
That's transphobic. We should not let either of us. We should both be on the draw. That's what I feel like.
Should both be on the draw? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I like this a lot. It's a little low and slow for the way our deck is, but I think it's okay. I'll keep it. We'll draw stuff. It'll be cool.
I'll keep mine as well.
Okay. Bring it on. So we're gonna play. Here's what I think we should do: a best of 5.
All right.
Like a best of 5.
Okay.
We drew. We gotta stop. We gotta stop drawing such slow stuff. All right, I'm gonna lead with a Mirage Mesa. As it enters the battlefield, I gotta choose the color for it to produce. Let's say green. Let's say green on this one. Go ahead. So I'm just gonna type the word green into the search here, and we're gonna find something with green in its title to attach to this land so that I remember that I said green. Okay, Magda the Horde Master right off the top here. Magda can summon dragons by offering them a horde. Okay. I see we got sort of a crime theme.
Maybe. We'll see.
Well, I don't care for it, if I'm honest. Let's see how you feel about this crime. I'm playing Bristling Backwoods. Enters play tapped and deals 1 damage to target Amabel.
Fuck.
Deck's coming off the top a little slow, in my opinion. Go ahead. In theory, there are a lot of 2-drops in my deck. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. It's going to be fine.
I swing for 2.
I have no blocks. I'm going to take 2, presumably, unless it's a ninja or something.
Are there ninjas in this set? I don't think
I
so.
don't know. I imagine no. All right, let's play a Drover Grizzly. Check it out. It's a 4-2. Go ahead.
Well, I don't care for that.
I thought you might not, but I want to get some boots on the ground here, so to speak. Some paws on the ground.
Okay. My Magda gets +1/+1, and then deals 3 damage to your Grizzly,
Sure does.
creating a treasure token.
A tapped treasure token.
Oh yes.
All right.
And then I will swing for 2.
Taken 2. All right. Let's I should probably just do this. Okay, all right. Let's just. Part of me wants to try to get like real fancy with it, but I probably should just do this. Hey, guess what? It's an explosive derailment with spree. Deal 4 damage to target creature.
Yeah, no, that happens.
Just gonna do it now while you're mostly tapped out before you have the chance to commit another crime and get another token.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Go ahead. Yeah, unfortunately, TCG Arena does use whatever the most recent printing's art of any given card was. So yeah, we do have a Spider-Man looking over the forest outside of New York. This is a forest in New York State, I guess, for our outlaw setting. This is certainly not the art for Back for More that we had in our sealed build. But listen, we'll just deal. We'll have to deal with the foibles of playing Magic for free online. Amabel, did I completely break your stride?
I'm just yeah.
It feels to me like you must be able to do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm figuring. Okay. So I play this for 1 and a red.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sack this treasure since you made it useless to me to add a red.
Okay. That's what they're for, is mana.
That's like better when they're for dragons.
To make ye a coyote. All right.
And I'm giving the Mage Bane Lizard haste and +1/+1.
Sure.
And then I'm swinging for 4.
Swinging for 4. Okay. My deck was supposed to be the aggressive one, things really did not. Things really did not work out that way. This has been a very, very unusual draw for me. Well, I'll tell you. I'm gonna make a hard bristle bandit. Tap it like that, I think. I mean, there's no reason to tap a I guess this isn't a multicolored land, it's just green. Yeah, we'll make a hard bristle bandit like that. This man can produce mana. Sometimes. And then I'm gonna pass the turn. No presents. No table presents. That's cool. I don't need creatures to win a game of Magic. Deals damage to that player equal to the number of non-creature spells they've cast this turn. It's an interesting lizard. And for people who are wondering, yes, there is a Roadrunner for the coyote to chase. And in fact, the Roadrunner has protection from coyotes.
Okay, so I'm going to cast this, which is going to cost me a life.
Sure is.
And I'm going to put the +2/+2 on the Magebane Lizard.
In response, I'm going to deal 4 damage to your Magebane Lizard. Which is going to deal me a damage.
Okay.
Turns out you can explosively derail anything. It's not just for trains anymore.
I'm creating this treasure token.
Okay.
And then I get +2/+2 to my other creature.
Sure.
And then it's swinging for 4.
Well, I'm not going to block. I'm going to allow that. So I'm going to play Decimate. Tap it like this for it. Target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, and target land. There are no enchantments, but I will destroy the treasure token, the coyote, and your island.
That's rough.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Sorry. You can't cast... Decimate requires there to be an enchantment in play. Because it does... It doesn't say any number of... It is just target...
Okay, let me get my treasure token back.
Yeah, oops, sorry. What I will do instead is not that. What I will do instead is play Trained Airings. What about the rules of Magic? What if I played the game according to the rules of Magic? And then... Actually, do you mind if I take this back? Do you mind if I play like I'm playing well? If I could do such a thing. All right.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just take stuff back. That's fine.
This is so awkward. Why did it have to be Drover Grizzly? Why did everything have to work out the way it's worked out instead of different ways that are good? I don't really want to spend this on this because it's so crappy. But I'm legitimately worried that I'm going to get killed by this 2/2 because of how my deck is drawing out. There are so many good cards. I drew Trained Airings instead. No, you know what? I'm going to stick with what I did. I'm not no take backs. I'm past the turn. And we're just going to hope. I'm just going to sit over here and hope for a while. How do you like that?
I'm gonna plot this.
Okay.
So let me tap this to get 1 of the mana to plot that.
All right. So that guy will be pretty annoying when he comes in.
I'm gonna swing for 2.
I hate you having a 5/5, you know? I'm going to take 2. I'm going to not block.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just
Scoop?
pass.
Okay. Well, that's all right, I suppose. Okay, that's helpful. I'm going to level with you. It's not exactly what I was looking for. Okay. I just need... Yeah, this will work out just fine. It's okay. I'm going to... play Dust Animus? Not plot, but play. Using my Plains and my Hard Bristle Bandit. So when it comes into play, I have 5 untapped lands. It gets the counters and the lifelink.
Okay.
And then... This might seem kind of silly, but I'm actually going to tap it to saddle the Trained Earrings and then swing with the Trained Earrings.
Yeah, I just take 3.
Yep. But most importantly, I get to scry 1. Okay, that was very important to do. I will place that card at the bottom of my library, and then I will pass the turn to you.
Okay. Okay, so this comes in.
It does.
With this counters.
Yes, you may play it from your plot zone for free.
Then I fling it at you.
Well, okay, so it turns out it didn't matter what I did with Dust Animus. Fling is an old school solution to an old school problem, which is your opponent being alive. Yep. All right, you got game 1.
All right, cool. Do you want to be on the play or the draw?
I think I want to be. Oh, I think I want to be on the play. There's an aggression in my deck that did not make itself clear there.
All right, you're on the play.
We're gonna see if this is foolishness.
Oh, this is.
I'm gonna. Boy, this is pretty borderline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mulligan this.
I'm gonna mulligan. Oh, that's worse.
Yeah, this I'll keep.
So, obviously, I can't have you look at me while I'm mulliganing.
Yeah, but if you want to take like a screenshot or something of it so we can talk about it later. That's
well, here's the thing. So I mulliganed what was a 1 land hand, and now I have a 0 land hand.
You usually can't consider keeping a 0-lander.
Yeah. Okay, so I will keep this, and then I will put back. God. Okay, well, I can play that. That's playable.
A five hand card is always tough, but it's gonna beat a 0 lander probably.
Do I have anything in my deck that shuffles?
I almost kept that other hand. That was real borderline. This is fine. It's a little. It might be a little slow. We'll see how we draw.
Okay. So because of this, I'm gonna keep that guy. Sorry, I don't mean to be talking it out loud when you can't see it. That feels silly, but
No, it's fine. But maybe not while I'm talking about other stuff to the chat. How about that? Umbral Reaver in chat says nothing like picking up a centaur with your wizard hand and throwing it at the other wizard. All right, you good?
I'm good.
Okay. My feeling is that you can enjoy this. I'm playing Jagged Barrens. Take 1.
All right.
Go ahead. Okay. I guess I'm going to play another Crime Land. Take 1.
I mean, that's one way to do it. Okay.
And then pass the turn.
Little rude.
There are 2 mana creatures in my deck.
Here is a bear.
Oh, God.
But it's not a bear. It's a bear that's not a bear.
This
2/3.
This bear ain't a bear at all. What kind of bear is that? All right. Well, here's what we're doing. As much fun as this is, let's start here. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to plot the Aloe Alchemist for 1 fewer because of Doc Orlock.
Okay. Sure.
I'm giving the +3/+2 to Doc Orlock, so he has +3/+2 in trample.
Mm-hmm.
I'm swinging with my 5/5.
Yeah, I'll take 5. Man, your deck is way more aggressive. Your deck is way more successful at being aggressive than mine is. I'm getting a little embarrassed over here. Oh, and then you just casually also have a Magda. Sure, no problem. No problem. That's fair. That's how legitimate Magic works. Let's swing for 3.
Yeah, I will just take 3. We're tied. We're tied, sweetie. It keeps going fine for you.
Everything's going fine for me. There is certainly a part of me that wants to do this thing, but I think we got to kind of get our feet under us. I'm going to play a Quilled Charger.
Okay.
I think, despite the fact that it is marked as a mount, that it is a bad idea to ride a giant porcupine for a huge number of reasons.
Yeah.
Temperamentally, I just don't think they're suited to it. Man, Aloe Alchemist is pretty pushed, huh?
Yeah. He does come in.
Yeah.
But he has summoning sickness, right? Okay. Unfortunate.
It's not. It's fortunate. For you.
Okay, throw from the saddle on your Quilled Charger. On my Doc Orlock. No, on my Doc Orlock.
Okay.
So it's and then does 3
Making him a
damage
3/4
to
and
your,
then causing him to deal 3 damage to my Quilled Charger.
which also creates a tapped treasure token. And then I swing for 5.
It's true, you did commit a crime. Well, I'm taking 5. Figured there'd be a removal spell in there somewhere.
Looks like you took 4.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That's the amount I felt like taking. You know?
Mhm.
And if you don't like it,
No, I get it.
you can just fuck off. Alright, I found all my 2-drops. Now.
Okay.
Here they are. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
I do not like the comparing these two boards. Man, Hello Alchemist. What a man. What a fellow. It's alright, I only have to play 15 more of these crime lands to get where I'm going, so you better watch out.
Yeah. All right.
And if you think I don't have them, let me tell you.
You have a 3/1, 1/1, and a 4/4.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging's a little rough.
Combat has become slightly more complicated, but only slightly.
All right. I'm plotting this man for 2 less.
Okay. 2 less. Man. Doc Warlock.
Yeah, is it those 2? Yes. And then I'm passing the turn.
Okay. It would have to be it comes into play tapped land, huh? All right. I'm going to make a huge mistake. Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
How many creatures do I need to have untapped to live? Tough to say. So I'm going to play Jolene, the Plundering Pugilist.
Okay.
Whenever I attack with a creature, with one or more creatures with power 4 or more, create a treasure token. So it's 1 treasure token per attack step, regardless of how many. It's just, did you attack with at least 1 4-power creature? I don't want to get suddenly detonated. You know?
Yeah.
But I kind of do think I have to go to the table pretty hard here.
Okay.
I think I kind of got to say fuck it and tap Jolene to saddle the Erinx and then swing with the Erinx and the townsfolk, which will put a treasure into play.
Okay. I will.
Oh, and sorry, the Erinx, when the Erinx swings, I scry 1. This happens before.
Okay, do your scry, and then I'll
down. We're gonna leave that on the top of the deck.
I'm gonna double block the Vengeful Townsfolk with my Alchemist and Doc Orlock.
Okay. After blockers are declared,
yeah,
I'm going to tap the Hard Bristle Bandit for red. To play Jolene's ability here, 1 in red, sacrifice a treasure, deal 1 damage to target Doc Orlock.
Okay.
And that's a crime, so it untaps my Hard Bristle Bandit.
Okay.
And then I'll assign the townsfolk damage 2 to the Alchemist and 2 to Doc Orlock.
Okay.
But also take 3 damage during the first strike damage step. Sucker. And then second main, I'm going to play this Mirage Mesa set to red. Go ahead.
Does that not kill the townsfolk?
It does. Do you mind I'm playing my land? My townsfolk, they'll get there.
Okay.
Red mana. Okay. They did good work. People are describing Jolene's steed in the image here as a hug noodle. I'll just say, given I know it's not a very pronounced crest, but that's clearly a venomous. So I just want everybody to be wary. I'm not saying don't hug it. I'm just saying, be thoughtful, watch out.
Fuck, no, that doesn't work. Okay. So bring this guy in. For 3.
That certainly does gain you 3 life, which I don't love.
I swing for 2?
Yeah, you got me. Okay. I don't think there's a lot to think about here. I think I trick shot the Spinewood's Paladin. I think I blow that man up.
Okay.
Would I prefer to save it for a potential dragon? Sure. Do I think I can afford to take the time? Actually, if I were good at Magic, I would have done that differently. But I didn't. So now we're attacking. This will create a treasure token. That's 7.
I will just take the 7.
All right. And then I'm going to pass to you.
At the end of your turn,
Mm-hmm.
flash this man in.
Okay. This is why I left a guy untapped, in case you did shenanigans. But the thing is, what I should have done is tap the Hard Bristle Bandit to pay for the spell, because the spell would have untapped the Hard Bristle Bandit. It's just me choosing not to have a land untapped for no reason, basically.
I swing for 4.
Yeah, in the condition I'm in, I think I probably ought to block that, huh? Yeah, I think I block that.
Okay.
I don't love it, but it is what it is. It's a pretty decent draw. It's pretty scary. It's a pretty scary situation.
Game's very close.
So yeah, like obviously, like attacking with Jolene is attractive because the more treasures I have, the more bullshit I can get up to. It's a real shame that Trained Earrings does not have 4 power. But attacking with Jolene probably means she's dead. So there is that. The 4-4 and the 3-4 is like a big problem. We're both at 8 life. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to tap Jolene to saddle up the earrings. I'm going to swing with the earrings. I scry 1. Putting it to the bottom. All right,
Okay,
so
and
the earrings is coming.
It does first strike damage.
It is 3-1 first strike right now.
See, if I block with the pyromancers, then you use Jolene to hit it once, and then it just dies.
Correct.
To your earrings.
I would for sure do that.
Yeah. I think I just let it come through. Maybe this is an error. Are you pinging me for 1 with Jolene, or are you holding back?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
Second main, I'll play a Rambling Possum. Let's use our single colored lands for that. And then I will pass the turn. Look at his face. He's so adorable. It's a pretty scary situation, I think.
I give the +1 to Magda, and I swing with the team.
Goddamn coyote. Well, I'm just dead. Did you have that in hand, or was that the top deck?
That's the top deck.
Well, that doesn't feel good. All right, that's game 2.
I was hoping for a different card to top deck, but that one worked just fine.
That's game 2 in your favor. I am harmed.
On the play still?
Yeah, I think on the play still. I just need I need the low end of my deck to show the fuck up.
Okay.
Am I gonna sideboard? Am I gonna take out some? What if my deck was nothing but 2-drops? Then I'd draw some 2-drops.
This is a little sketchy keep, but I am going to keep it on the draw.
You know what? I'm just gonna stick. Okay. We're only running what, 7 2-drops? So it's not like there should ever be in my hand. That would not make sense. It's a good hand. It's just like, am I going to be dead before I get to play any of it? It does some really cool stuff if I live. It does some really cool stuff if I live. I mean, I'm keeping it. Fuck it. I don't like living. Who cares? Who cares about that? I say. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that you kept 7. Take a damage.
Okay.
I'll play a Mirage Mesa choosing white. Go ahead. I can't believe this. I'm not going to be able to play anything until turn 100. It's an Order of White Clay. Yeah, okay, hold on a second, you fucking cheater.
What?
Is that turn 2 Magda all 3 games?
Yes!
Okay, I don't believe for a second.
It's a 2-drop. What do you mean?
I mean, you're fucking cheating. Here's a possum.
How?
Go
It's
ahead.
not my computer. Also, I don't like you having a possum.
Well, I don't like you having a Magda.
So please return it to your hand.
Fucking repulse. Okay.
Then I swing for 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, repulse is something. Take 1. And then here's a possum.
Okay.
Go ahead. I should maybe have cited this out, given that it seems like you don't have any of the one thing. Oops.
Please put that either on the top of your deck or bottom of your deck.
It'll go on the top.
Okay. Then I swing for 2.
I'll take 2.
I did a forest. Okay.
All right, slightly larger amount. Go ahead. Maybe I should have bottomed it. I don't know. When it came time, when the rubber really met the road, I was not willing to put a possum in my bottom, and I think we're going to see whether or not I pay the price for that.
Okay, so I'm going to play this Aloe Alchemist.
Okay.
And then I'm going to fling it at your Quill Charger.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to sacrifice these 3 tokens to create my Scorpion Dragon with Flying Haste.
Yep.
And then swing for 6.
Okay. I'm going to plot a Longhorn Sharpshooter, dealing 2 damage to Magda.
Okay.
Cost 3 and a red to plot it. Go ahead.
Okay.
I cannot believe how badly this is going, given what my deck is like. I would say we have not had one game so far where my deck, where I have drawn what should be a normative kind of draw for my deck, given the number of 2-drops I'm playing. Sure.
I swing for 4 with the Scorpion Dragon.
Yeah, does your deck have any cards in it that aren't like incredible bombs? Like not even a single one, huh?
Yeah, there's the Coyote. There's the Lizard that spits.
Well, let's bring in the Longhorn. Flying Vigilance Ward 2. 3/5 for 5.
Yeah, it's a tough cookie.
I mean, these aren't even magic cards. Like,
Look, we could have been playing Homelands, a set that has balanced power level, but you wanted to play something juicier.
Yeah.
I'm actually worried. You have so many cards.
Fuck you. Holy shit, fuck off.
Wait, no, because this is usually around the point where you turn it around.
Alright, I'm gonna
You have a lot
play
more cards than I
Explosive
do.
Derailment on the
Okay.
dragon. 4 damage on the dragon.
Okay, yeah.
And then pass the turn.
I mean, that does it.
No, it doesn't. You have 7 mana. You're just gonna play some other huge game-winning threat, and then have that and the Sphinx.
Okay. I am going to swing for 3 with my Flying Vigilance creature.
Yeah, I'm not gonna block.
Okay. And then I'm plotting this for
Okay.
3 and a...
Yep.
and it's your turn.
Okay. All right. So I lose.
Okay.
Yeah, like the fact that my deck completely stopped producing lands and also wouldn't draw anything that cost 2, like
Yeah. This is a problem with the game. Like
my
know-
fucking deck is full of cards that are so good in this situation, and I just
Yeah,
can't can't draw anything.
Can you show me your deck?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
I would like to play at least one more game. You won the match. I would like to play at least one more game to see if I can get like any kind of draw out of my deck.
All right. Are you on the play or the draw?
Play please.
Okay.
You
I'm also
won the
going to
match.
send you
You're...
the hand I kept last turn because
Okay.
I don't know if that was right to keep. It worked out for me, sure, but
Oh, check it out.
wasn't.
Cards I can play. Yeah, I'll keep this. It's not gonna matter. You're gonna blow me out anyway. With a turn 2 Magda and a turn 3 Mythic Rare 7/7 and a turn 4 Mythic Rare 8/8.
Oh,
Holy shit, the violence.
okay.
You good?
I done my mulligan. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. All right, I'm gonna plot a Dust Animus.
Seems like a waste, but I'm just swinging for 2 with this guy.
Okay. Couldn't just not have a 2-drop. It's always got to be.
I
fucking
prioritized 2 drops.
something. Yeah, me too. Go ahead.
My 1 drop hasn't shown up at all.
It doesn't work for some of us.
Please put the possum back in your hand.
Yep.
And then I swing for 2.
Yep. So I could do that. All right. I'm going to cast Dance of the Tumbleweeds, just first mode.
Okay.
Put a basic land or a desert onto the battlefield. I'm going to go get my Jagged Barrens, I think.
Yeah, tumbleweeds are good cards.
Or do I want... Do we want the Conduit Pylon? I think I want the Jagged Barrens. So take one.
So I take a damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I pass.
Oh, hey, that's interesting.
Not good. Not good start. This one.
So I will, for green, play my ankle biter.
Sure. It's a good man.
And then I will plot my Wolverine.
Yep.
And then I swing for 2.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to play a Plains. I'm going to bring the Dust Animus out of the plot zone. I control 5 or more untapped lands, so it has +2, is 2+1/+1 counters and also lifelink. And then we're going to play... I'm going to play us a Quilled Charger.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to first head this into the battlefield. So I exile the top card of my library.
Yep, until end of turn, you may play it.
Reveal.
It's the Aloe Alchemist.
Okay, I may play that card. That's 1 and a green. Okay, I haven't played a land yet.
No, you haven't.
Okay. So for 1 and a green, I will bring him out.
Okay.
And then for blue +2, I will target the Dust Animus with on top or bottom of your library.
I'll put it on top.
I swing with my ankle biter.
I will take 1. All right, so I'm going to, for white, put the Dust Animus back in the hangout zone. And then, part of me wants to do this. I think this is probably wrong.
Good instinct.
The thing is, if I don't do that, what am I doing, right? Like, what's the right play? Because all of these creatures are problematic. Like, what is, if I'm not going to do that, what's the block that I'm setting up for, right? If I'm playing a creature to block, it's like, what does that block look like? What am I trying to accomplish? Because if the answer is that I'm not going to block anyway, then I absolutely should just do this. I think the answer is that I'm just going to play Drover Grizzly and then pass.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Fuck.
The Nexus
artifact.
of Becoming. Jesus Christ. Okay.
So begin my combat phase. I'm going to draw a card.
Mm-hmm. You may exile a creature or artifact from your hand to get a 3/3.
I am not doing that at this time.
All right.
Neither am I. Am I? Hang on, am I swinging? You have a 4-2 and a 4-3. So anything you
Do
block,
indeed.
if you block, my creature dies.
Yeah, that's going to tend to be the case. We're not playing around over here. Yeah, that's a pretty fucking good card. It's all very problematic. It's all very troublesome.
But I can swing for 9 if you don't block it, which means you do, probably. You kill 2 of my creatures. Or I swing with these 2. I'm swinging with these 2 because I think you're going to block
Okay.
the Alchemist and let the Ankle Biter through, right?
Yeah, Drover Grizzly's going to block the Alchemist.
Okay. Damage?
Yep. Fine by me. I take 1 from the Snook.
Which got rid of your Drover Grizzly, which was important to me. So
If you say so.
I don't need you getting trample.
All right. So we're going to dust Animus from the plot zone, obviously. Then right now, I think this is a right now kind of situation. We're playing a fully spreed explosive derailment, targeting your Wolverine and your Nexus of Becoming.
No, that's fair.
Because I don't need that shit occurring. And then I think I pass.
Okay.
Drover Grizzly? What kind of scrub lord would play a card like Drover Grizzly? Alright, I'm going to swing for 4 in the air here.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that.
The old Dust Animus. Alright. Second main. Let's play... Second main, let's play Wily Duke. The Atine hero.
Okay.
And I'm just going to immediately saddle my Porcupine with Wily Duke. So Wily Duke becomes tapped and I draw a card and gain a life.
Okay.
And then I'm going to make my land drop for the turn. I surveil 1.
Yeah, I don't like where this is going. I think you got this.
Surveil, I'm going to discard this. And then I'm going to tap these, put one of them through the conduit pylon for green to make a hard bristle bandit.
It's a lot of creatures.
Go ahead. I might have stabilized due to you playing fewer crazy bombs this game. Not none, just fewer. Yep, there's that space.
All right. Jeez.
Five toughness and vigilance is very annoying.
Yeah, I pass. I don't swing on this. I think that's the right thing to do is to not swing.
All right, I'm gonna tap Wily Duke to saddle my Quilled Charger, causing it to become a 5/5 menace. When I tap Wily Duke, I gain a life and draw a card. All right, and then let's swing with the 5/5 menace.
Yeah. Do I double block that? eat that. I mean, 5/5's a
5/5's a
Yeah,
lot.
I think I block it with the ankle biter and the coyote.
Okay.
Damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And then second main. Let's make a possum.
Okay.
And a grizzly. I gotta tap my.
All right.
I gotta tap my heart.
Yeah, no, this is a rough situation.
We will leave this land untapped. Okay, go ahead. Okay, Mage Bane Lizard's alright. Okay, let us tap Wily Duke to saddle the possum. So I draw a card and gain a life. And then I'm going to swing with the possum and the dust animus. And the grizzly, actually.
Okay, so the possum is a 4/5.
4/5 right now. I have chosen not to return any of the creatures that saddled it to my hand.
Jeez. I block your grizzly with the sphinx.
Okay.
4/5. And that's it. The rest comes through. So how much is that coming through?
8 then. I'll gain 4 life. Great work, Drover Grizzly. Then I think I want to do this now. I feel very silly. I'm playing a lot of instants during my turn, but I think it's the right thing to do. So let me verify something really quickly before I do this and make a fool of myself. Ward is a triggered ability, right?
I have no idea.
What is the text of Ward? Where is the rules text? No, don't give me a video. Give me the comp rules. Why does it search for MTG keyword on whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter it unless that player plays 2. Okay, so this works then. This does work, I think.
Okay.
I don't feel great about this. This is not like the most fun version of this thing. But I'm gonna tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Hard Bristle Bandit
It's a big card.
to play back for more, targeting my. It literally doesn't matter because they all die in the fight. I'm gonna bring back that same Drover Grizzly. So targeting this Drover Grizzly and your Marauding Sphinx.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. This won't work because those triggers are simultaneous? Yeah, actually, do you mind if I back up? This isn't going to work. Because what I was thinking is it's a crime, so it'll untap the Hard Bristle Bandit, and then I'll be able to use him to pay one of the 2 points of ward. but because they're simultaneous triggers, they'll go on the stack in app order, which means your trigger will go on top of mine, and it'll resolve before my guy untaps, and so I won't be able to pay the ward. So never mind, pretend you didn't see that. I don't have that. What I do have is a Hard Bristle Bandit and an Intrepid Stable Master, which I'm getting by paying a mana through this Conduit Pylon. Go ahead.
Okay, I scoop.
Okay. Hey, I got one game where my deck kind of did the thing it was supposed to do. Kind of. Your deck is horrifying.
Can I show you my deck?
Yes, please do.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off my camera.
Okay. Yeah, your deck is very, very good, and you played well.
Thank you.
So let's pop this up for the stream here. Okay. Oh, you have a Stingerback Terror.
Never came up, but yeah, I wish it had.
Sure. Trash the Town, full steam ahead. Yes, you say you prioritized 2-drops, but you have fewer 2-drops than I do. You never know it from the way the match played out. Great spells, though. Great way to find the correct plays through your pool here.
Thank you. Nexus to Becoming seems like a real good card, though.
Yeah, potentially.
I never really got to use it for the thing it does, but, you know. Is there anything here I did wrong? Anything you would not have put in the deck?
What is Trash the Town again? If you would just...
wait, where is it?
One
there
drop.
It is.
Jeez, yeah. No, that's good. That's good magic. I will say none of these cards are bad. These are all like the Magebane Lizard, I think, is the most maybe borderline, but it is a 2-mana 1/4, and that at least is like, I think in this format is pretty live because there are a lot of little dudes running around. Looking at your sideboard a little bit, you have some pretty decent white cards, but I feel like the deck you built has got to be the right one.
Yeah.
So you have an Intrepid Stable Master you're not playing? That's interesting.
It was the last thing I cut. Yeah, because it
2-mana reach guy who taps for mana is like good. It's a good creature.
Yeah, it is a good creature, but I didn't like. I thought 14 creatures was the right number.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would almost certainly have played that over the Magebane Lizard. In fact, I will cut the almost. I would certainly have played that over the Magebane Lizard.
See, I was thinking
especially because you actually have kind of a lot of spells.
I do, but you usually do as well. You like to do a lot of the crimes. Is even on your shirt, you like to be gay and do crimes.
That's
I thought this will disincentivize you from casting things, and if I need to, I have some like real. I have some removal. I have fling. I could always just fling the guy and get him out of the way.
You have fling. You have you're man. Good use of fling, by the way. Excellent flinging.
Thank you.
You let it be. You let it be a 2-for-1 on you when it was right for it to be a 2-for-1 on you, and you crushed me into powder with it the one game. The thing is, like I squawked about the Magda every game, and it does suck that you drew the Magda every game. But honestly, it was only the one game where you actually even got to do very much with it.
Yeah.
It's not like Magda was carrying you to victory all the time or anything.
No, and I really was looking forward to using Magda with Gold Rush, and it did not happen.
Okay, so here's this. Let me pull this over to you.
Show me yours.
So this is what I'm running.
I'm seeing a Blue Sky page.
It sent you the wrong one. It's not what I... That is what it's showing you. Share, window, this one. You can also look at my Blue Sky. It's fine, but here, this one.
Okay.
So, right, here's the thing.
Oh wow.
This feels like a pretty alright card that literally never got into play. I drew it the last turn of the third game when I was stuck on 4 land. But I feel like this is pretty good. The difference between your bombs and my bombs is I don't get them every game.
Neither do I. I
Yeah,
never got my dragon.
you just had 8, so it was statistically likely you would play 2 per game. The Wily Duke obviously is great. The Jolene is obviously great. You know, I got some saddle stuff, especially for Wily, but you know, mostly these creatures are pretty good. I had Dance of the Tumbleweeds. You know, the Dust Animus is pretty great. I have in theory like a whole bunch of removal. The Trick Shot, the Back for More, but man, things were not lining up well. Your deck is very good.
Thank you. I'm just going through the chat while you're showing me this. Apparently, you were telling people you're going to run me over with your deck.
Yeah, I said it. I think this is a very good deck. I think this is a deck that would do very well against most decks.
No, it's a very good deck. But that is also like
that is not what occurred.
Run you over.
You absolutely do try to. You literally did it. We saw it. We all saw it happen.
That was a friendly game of Magic.
I popped us back to the gas cave here.
Okay. Are we doing another thing, or do you want me to make lunch? Like, what's going on now?
I would like to do another one. See, last time we did 2. I know it took a little bit longer this time because I spent forever in the build.
You take your time with your turns, and that's good. It usually does well for you.
Hold on now. I take my time with my turns. I see what this is. She's accusing me of slow play. Live on screen.
There is a timer for the turns that's visible on the screen while we're doing it?
Sure.
It's often 2 minutes before you play your first card each turn. I love you.
2. Oh.
I love you.
You clearly feel something about me. I don't know what if I would say love necessarily.
It is love and adoration. We're doing Eternities?
Yes. Yeah.
So okay, and then you're gonna mute yourself, so
yeah.
On my end. Slivers. No.
All right. And here for the audience. Here's the open. All right, let's see what we got. So we're playing a different set. We agreed, like last time. I thought it was fun last time that we would do 2 sets that have pretty different feels. This one is much more of a sort of a spacefaring science fantasy kind of thing. So welcome to the Edge of Eternities, where we have things like space-time anomalies. Target player mills cards equal to my life total. Interesting. You know, I don't play a ton of mill in limited, but that is potentially a fair number of cards. There's a lot of like weird planets. And also spaceships. Check out this spacecraft. This is a pretty good one. All right, so let's get into it here. Let's really dig in. So let me turn off the 2 rows for just a second here. Okay, our 2-drop slot is deep. That's great news. So we have a Sacred Foundry. Sometimes there's just a Sacred Foundry out in space. That happens. Stirring Wildwood and a Terrain Generator. Puts lands from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. I don't know that I think this is very good. I agree with everyone in chat who's saying Amabel was uncharacteristically vicious. So this is one of the major mechanics of this set is this idea of lander tokens. It's of course quite present in green, but there's a little bit of it scattered among the other colors as well, where you get an artifact token that has 2 taps. Sacrifice this to search your library for a basic land and put it into play tapped. So that's very cool. It's a very high mana fixing set, which lets me get away with shenanigans And you know how I feel about shenanigans. So just quickly scanning our stuff here. There's a lot of artifacts. There's a lot of robots in the set and some strong artifact theming. Beam Saw Prospector. What I love about this one is that most magic cards that are not legendary don't tell you their name. Most non-legendary creatures are not named, but this one has a name, and his name is Zern Miffles. And I just love the juxtaposition of the massive beam saw and the name Zern Miffles. I think that's very strong work. This set has... Ooh. Wow, that's just a 2-mana 3/2 with a positive ability. Boy, magic cards today, I swear. Virus Beetle's very fun. Terrapact Intimidator. So this set features a spacefaring race of Kavu, who love to create lander tokens, which is a thing I very much appreciate about them. You got some decent green stuff here. 2-mana 2/3s who are just gaining us life constantly. A biotech specialist. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, deal 2 damage to target opponent. Creates a lander when it comes in, and then obviously if you're playing green, you have access to lots of other landers, so that can be very fun. A station monitor. Aha, he's a lizard, get it? Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, create a drone artifact creature. So it's a flying 1/1 that can't block non-flying creatures. Okay. Cryogen Relic, I'm a huge fan of in this format. What a silly card. When it comes into play or when it leaves play, you draw a card and you can sacrifice it to stun an opposing creature. But also there's so much stuff in this set that wants to like blow up an artifact to do an effect. Yeah, it's very, very potentially powerful. Ilvoy Lightjammer is not that exciting, kind of crummy. Melded Moxite is fun. Very much like the Cryogen Relic in a lot of ways. This one creates a man. We got Wormtail Sweepers. So the spacecraft. All the spacecraft have this station ability. It works a little bit like Mount or Crew, where you tap creatures to activate the thing. But the deal with station is tapping the creatures puts charge counters onto the ship, and then once the ship has enough charge counters to meet its threshold, it is turned on permanently. It doesn't require any help anymore. So this stuff can be very, very powerful. Desculpting Blast. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was attacking, you get a drone. That's pretty fun. Got a couple of those. Seed Ship Impact is great. There are so many enchantment creatures, and this will get you a lander if you use it on a small drop. Drill Too Deep, also basically a removal spell because there are so many artifact creatures. We got some cool stuff here. Grav Pack Monoist is nice. Is a what if your man was 2 men? Always an exciting proposition. The Insatiable Skittermaw. A Saurian Voidborn. Okay. That's interesting. So Warp is an ability that is on a bunch of cards in this set. If something has a warp cost, you can pay it into exile. You can pay it for its warp cost. It comes into play, and then during your end step, it goes out into exile, into the warp zone, and you can play it like a normal card for its full cost from the warp zone later on a future turn. So you can get so this guy, he would come into play and then bounce. So theoretically, you would warp this guy in before a combat where you expect trades to happen, right? So he's in play to see that happen, triggers a bunch, and then heads home. We got 2 copies of whatever this guy is. Alfariel Dreaming Acolyte. 3-mana 2/3. When he enters, you draw 2 cards. Then you discard either 2 cards or an artifact. And during your turn, Alfariel has Death Touch. Okay. So draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact is a spell that everybody likes that already generally costs 3 mana. So this guy is just a 2/3, sometimes Death Touch on top of that for free. He seems very good. That said, I'm not gonna lie, I was really liking our green, but our blue, our black in particular, is quite good. We could end up in we could be blue black here. Pain for All is kind of a funny rare. So when this comes into play, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. Obviously, removal spell, great. Who doesn't love it? Then this just sits around on your creature, and whenever your creature takes damage, it deals that much damage to your opponent. So like you just scream Pain for All, blow some guy up, and then hurl your creature violently into combat over and over again, and let it die. Let something horrible happen to it. Until end of turn, target creature gains whenever this is dealt damage, draw that many cards and lose that much life. And then this creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. So, okay. So it's an artifact that has tap, pay 1 life to draw 1 card on it. And then also maybe more if you could tap this when a creature's about to take a lot of damage. You could tap this when you're like about to play a burn spell on an opponent's creature to make them lose a ton of life. They'll draw cards. Boy, this is good, right? This seems, I've never seen this card before. This seems quite good. Emergency Eject is pretty all right in the grand tradition of white removal spells that can kill just about anything but give the controller of that thing something in a compensation. Bombard deals 4 damage to target creature. That's great. I like this guy a fair amount. You almost always have an artifact. It's very, very common to have an artifact. So he's basically just a 4/4 Death Touch for 4, which is a creature who is frustrating to deal with in a lot of ways. The Red Tiger McCann has haste and warp, so you could warp him in for an attack, and then he pops back out and comes back later. We had 2 of those. Fate Makers putting counters on creatures, man, I like this set. I like this set a bunch. Ooh, okay, this guy's a little scary. Landfall, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Christian Johansson asks in chat, is this a new set? This was 2025. I think this came out in like August-ish of 2025. So it's pretty new. It's quite recent. Ooh, Interceptor McCann. So when this creature enters, return target artifact or creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It's Gravedigger. He flies now. He's 2 colors, but he flies now. And at the beginning of your end step, if any non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a spell was warped this turn, he gets a +1/+1 counter. Evasion creature, Gravedigger, who grows. Like, what if we're green, black, red? Tractor Beam is some good blue, freeze you in place type removal. Sothera the Super Void. The Super Void. God, so much of the art in this set is so good. When a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. This is a legendary enchantment, by the way. At the beginning of your end step, if a player controls no creatures, sacrifice Sothera, then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. Oh. No, this is good. This is really real good, right? This seems very good. We got an Entropic Battlecruiser, which, as I hinted earlier, it's pretty solid. 4 mana for 3/10. You got to get 8 station counters onto it, or 8 charge counters onto it, which is a big deal. But at 8 counters, it's a 3/10 flying Death Touch whenever it attacks opponent's discard, and they lose 3 life when they discard. And if they couldn't discard, they also lose 3 life. I'm definitely feeling the... Ooh, got some orbital plunges here. Removal spell that creates a lander token. I'm feeling the black, red, blue. Got some whales. You can't do a space environment without whales. Space whales are really a thing now. Everybody culturally loves space whales. When another artifact enters, get more artifact. What if all of your artifacts were also artifacts? Nebula Dragon, a staple of the format. 7 mana, 4/4 that deals 3 damage when it comes into play. X Fungal Colossus theoretically costs 7. But I think X is going to be a fairly large number for us. It's a shame our dual lands don't really play into the thing we're doing here at all. And like Stirring Wildwood in particular would be really nice to run, but we're playing exactly not these colors.
I think that's that.
So let's go ahead and pop all the lands out of here. I don't think we're running any of these lands. I also don't think we're running the green or white cards. We have some fun stuff. We have some good white cards. I think this Biotech Specialist is very good. But I don't think we're doing space-time anomalies either. Our artifacts are kind of interesting. Nutrient Block is an indestructible food, which is very funny. It draws you a card when you eat it, which is also kind of cool. But I just thought it was a very funny idea for them to just print a food token, but it's indestructible. And then the Thaumaton Torpedo is kind of a weird thing. It costs 1 to play, but then 6 to actually activate, and it blows up a thing. And it costs way less if you have spacecraft active. But it's like, there's so many situations where it's just like sitting on the table waiting for 6 mana. If we have some artifact sacrifice stuff, well, maybe we'll consider it, but I don't think we really do. So if we're talking about running all 3 of these colors, what are the main colors and what's the splash is the question. It looks to me like the blue might be the splash. I think we have the most reliable stuff in black and red. So the Mechan Shieldmate is a 3/2 defender that doesn't have defender if you played an artifact this turn. It's just like for 2 mana, it's just really not that impressive. I do love a Cryogen Relic, and we may still play it even off the splash. Just it's that good in my opinion. We're probably not playing these Light Jammers. The Desculpting Blast is a bounce spell that will sometimes get you a drone. If you use it in the situation where you like kind of most like to play a bounce spell, so I think that's maybe fine. We're probably not playing this Space Jellyfish Man, who is pretty all right. You know, he seems fine. But if we end up on red-black with no other meaningful blue cards, does it stay worth it to splash Alfariel? He seems pretty good. If we're talking about a splash, we're probably not playing Tractor Beam on the double blue. Lost in Space is a bounce spell. Scour for Scrap is search your library for an artifact, put it into your hand, and return an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. In some decks, this is just 2 cards all the time. It doesn't look to me like we have enough artifacts that we're going to reliably be able to hit that second part. But I don't hate Scout. Like if we're looking for stuff, like we definitely have an artifact, at least one artifact in our deck that is worth going to get. How many artifacts do we have that we're likely to play early on? Like Virus Beetle is great. The Cryogen Relic, the Melded Moxite. The Wormwall Sweepers, you know, might die in combat if we do play them. So yeah, I don't really have that much of an expectation that we will reliably have an artifact in our graveyard. So if this is only 3 and a blue, go get an artifact from your deck and put it in hand, is that good enough for us to play? Probably not, right? We have 3 Orbital Plunges? Jeez. And then a Whale is a little bit of Surveil and a little bit of 3/5 Flyer, because that's a good card. I kind of don't like him. This guy's a 4/4. So he's a like 5 mana 4/4. You don't feel too bad. He's probably going to have an effect on the table. And then if he gets you even 1 token, that's pretty good. But yeah, I have to say, I'm a little unimpressed with the blue beyond the Alfariels, and I'm wondering if maybe we don't splash at all. If we're not splashing blue, is there something we would splash? Not really. We have like 1 good white removal spell. Well, we have 2 good white removal spells, Radiant Strike and the Emergency Effect. We have like a pretty good green removal spell. But we don't have any of the like totally crazy green spells. I would see Chip Agrarian is pretty good. I guess if I splashed green, we could play Biotech Specialist, right? Because we're red-black. So maybe it's like Biotech Specialist, Seed Ship Agrarian, and Seed Ship Impact. And then this guy triggering whenever we sacrifice an artifact. Like, we have a couple of artifacts that we would sacrifice, and we have at least 1 creature who eats artifacts. Yeah, we have Umbral Collar Zealot, who has the ability to sacrifice artifacts on command, which would allow us to do some shenanigans there. You know, maybe that's the thing. Let's hack it down a little bit. So like I'm gonna take the blue cards out for a moment. Let's hack down our black-red core, and then we'll see what it looks like if we want to splash anything into it. So Beamsaw Prospector is like a no-brainer. I love this dude. Timeline Color. It's a 2/2 haste. He's double black. You can cast him from the graveyard. You can cast his warp ability from the graveyard. But then remember, when you warp him, he then goes out into the warp zone, and from there you can play his normal cost. So he's a recurrent 2/2 threat. He's like very difficult to get rid of permanently. This guy just seems great. I've never actually seen this guy before, but he seems very good. Virus Beetle is great. Terror Pact Intimidator, I'm a big fan of. Usually when a card gives your opponent a choice, there's a way for them to make it kind of crummy. And there are situations where this guy being 4/3 will not be good enough. But a lot of the time, you're pretty happy to take either of these 2 options. I love a Moxite. This is not hard removal. Like, some opponents aren't playing that many artifact creatures, so we do, it looks like, have to cut a ton. I'm going to cut one of these for right now. I'm going to cut that for right now. Comet Crawler can let you sacrifice a creature or an artifact to make him a 4/3, and he's got lifelink. That guy's a little on the edge, I think. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield... Okay, so he's got Void, get a +1/+1 counter on a menace creature is, I think, very good. Especially since, you can just play him on a turn where his Void will trigger, so you're effectively playing a 3/3 for 3. Caesarean Voidborn is okay. Maybe this guy's the most borderline of our 3-drops. Pain for All is great. Requiem Monolith, I think, is quite good. Bombard and Ruinous Rampage. Ruinous Rampage is maybe... We're going to be like really aggressive with our spells here. Like we're still sitting on 13. I think probably we don't end up playing both of the Wormwall Sweepers. Because I do want to play, I'm going to tell you right now, I do want to play all 3 Orbital Plunges. The Battle Cruiser's probably non-negotiable. The Super Void's probably non-negotiable. So, all those things being the case, cut this down and we're at 12. I know this is an artifact that draws you a card when it goes into the graveyard and it sacrifices itself potentially, but like, man, I don't think Nutrient Block's all that exciting. We're not going to have what we need to make Thaumaton Torpedo cheaper. It's just like if we keep ourselves to 12 creatures, we're going to be running or 12 non-creature spells. We're going to be running very few creatures, and the spacecraft in particular are bad if you're not running enough bodies. I'm going to be really aggressive with these cuts. We still have a fair number of cheap artifacts here. Everything that we have that allows us to sacrifice an artifact also allows us to eat a creature instead. Biotech Specialist won't necessarily trigger off of that, but in general, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so if we lock in and say these are 10 spells that we're playing, man, 10 still feels like a lot, though. Melted Moxite's kind of a creature. Then what does our creature count look like? I really like all of our 2-drops. I think we should keep all of our 2-drops. Our 3-drops, we have a couple, like Caesarian Voidborn has a high maximum upside, but he's also just a 3-mana 2/2 in a very real way. So if we cut one of those, let's say we cut a red tiger McCann because we're not actually that much of a balls out aggressive deck. We probably don't want to play 2 Nebula Dragons, actually. I think we can make that cut. Perigee Beckoner is a 4/5 for 5. When it enters, until end of turn, another creature gets +2/+0, and when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control. Is that actually... I mean... You have to... He doesn't have flash or anything, so it's an onboard trick. You have to play that and then just kind of like offer him to your opponent. But you do get to do the effect twice. You get to warp it and then get to play it from the warp, and that's kind of cool. I think I still would rather cut a Red Tiger McCann than that. The Red Tiger McCann is an artifact, though. There's a good reason to keep some artifacts around in our deck, right? So that puts us on 23 playables. If we were going to cut in the red or the blue, or the green or the blue, we'd probably have to cut another thing or two. Man, I really do like Seed Ship Aquarian, like a ton. Seed Ship Impact and like Biotech Specialist, which I think is a good enough card at any point in the game. It doesn't matter that it's probably not going to get played on 2. And if we do that, then we've brought in not an artifact, but a card that produces an artifact. Another card that potentially produces an artifact. All three of these make lander tokens. So we're probably increasing our total artifact count there. I think we can cut a Red Tiger and then like make one more cut and call it 24 lands, because with all the lander nonsense, we can probably run 24/16, I think. Is it one of my precious Orbital Plunges? It can't be, right? Orbital Plunge kills a guy and also makes a lander token almost all of the time. Is it it's maybe one of the 3-drops? Is there like a little on the sketchy side, the Comet Crawler? I think Skittermaw's really good. And Skittermaw, like a non-land permanent left the battlefield, like landers count, right? Landers are a non-land permanent, so it's very easy to just crack landers to keep your void creatures flowing. I actually think void's very easy to trigger, in my opinion. So the question is just like, am I running Comet Crawler? If it wasn't going to be Comet Crawler, what would it be? It would have to be the Wormwall Sweeper or the other Red Tiger. Because again, we're not really that aggressive, and it's just a 3/3. 3/3 for 4 is not the most exciting thing in the world. I'm going to cut the Comet Crawler and call it here. So, we don't have a ton of landers outside of green, right? We have the Terrapact Intimidator. We have our, what's he called? The Beamsaw Prospector. Our dual lands still, even after we change things up, our dual lands still are not relevant. So is it 2 forests? It might be 3 forests, honestly. It might be just just to be on the safe side. But like we only have 3 green cards. We're not necessarily going to see them. With Beamsaw Prospector and Terrapact Intimidator, I guess I'm comfortable with 2 forests. That's 4 cards that can get us green. Yeah, and the green may not even come up. Okay, and then are we 7 and 7? We're probably a little bit more black than that. Right, like maybe 8-6-2. We do have a double black card, and we have a strong desire to see black early on in the curve. All right, I think that's a winner. Let me just I don't know. I guess I don't need to screen y'all to do this part. Let's go to decks here. That's how that word is spelled. Good job, me. It's a very simple little tool here. It just imports text. Just mark where the sideboard begins. Save it, and hey, Amabel.
Ah!
I'm ready for play. I'm ready to be targeted with spells. Your horrible, horrible spells. How do you feel about this pool? Is this as good as the last one? Are you going to blow me out of
No, not at all. But I tried my best. And really, that's all we can ask for.
I put together something. We shall see if this is a real deck here.
You're on the play. Good sign. That's 1 land.
1 land's not usually great.
No. Yeah, so I'm going to mulligan. Okay, that's better. Okay.
Okay. Can you not emit just noise into the channel on stream, please?
I'm sorry.
Okay. I think this would be a no-brainer keep on the draw. I think I'm going to mulligan it on the play. I think it's just a little bit too loose. Oof, punished. That said, this is bad. But I don't think it's so bad that I want to go down to 5 about it. You know?
Okay.
So I think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to put this on the bottom. And who's ready for Space Crime?
I am.
Okay. Swamp and Pass.
Swamp and Pass.
Swamp Edge Pass.
Mountain and
not what I was hoping to do. It's the Zookeeper McCann. Swamp and Pass. What if I drew the worst of any day of Magic in the history of my entire life today on the stream? Okay, Command Ridge.
I swing for 1.
And here comes a tiny robot. Sadly, the McCann is the small robot on the cat, not the cat itself. Okay, well that's at least a card I can play. Here's a Virus Beetle.
You have to discard a card. Okay.
Yeah, I got her.
Turn before I was able to do my thing.
Sorry, that's true. Look at this Virus Beetle. It's terrible, but it's doing work. I think this card's quite good, actually. It's like, what if you got a 1/1 and it was free? And it's a tiny little robot, and we love tiny robots around here. Here comes a tiny robot. Could be written on the banner above the door. Philippe style. Litho breaking. Uh-oh.
I'm actually gonna.
Would you like to sacrifice an
can't.
artifact?
No, not at this time. Actually,
Okay, so you will not cause the pyroclasm.
what I will do is I will tap my McCann for a mana
Mhm.
and tap another mana, so I have 2 mana. I can sacrifice this token to get a basic land card and put it on the battlefield tapped.
Okay.
So let me do that before I pass the turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, you could pass the turn and look for your land on your own time. But secondly, that's some real Scrub Lord level play, tapping your creature before combat. Not that I don't appreciate it. I guess I'll swing for 1.
Oh yeah, I could have done that on your turn. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting I can do things on your turn.
And then, hey, look at this. I found a mountain. All of a sudden, the world has opened up around me. I think I'm going to go way over the top and orbital plunge your Zookeeper McCann.
Okay.
60% of that is to generate a lander. Go ahead. Listen, I love landers. You love landers. We all know what we're here for, what the deal is. So, you got an awful lot of mana available. Oh man, you love landers.
Do love landers.
Look at the size of that dude.
I passed a turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think we just gotta bombard this man.
Okay.
Oh, sweetie, by the way, did you read your land seeker all the way?
At the beginning of the end step of your next turn, sacrifice that token.
Just make sure that you remember you gotta use it or lose it. And then I swing for 1.
Well, here's the thing.
Fucking virus beetle is.
You're swinging for -2.
None of that creature's power is 0. Let's destroy it. You depressurized my virus beetle. I don't know if that was necessary.
It was funny though.
Sorry, I had to tap my mountain to play that spell. I'll pass the turn to you. You know, and during your turn, I'm gonna pop my lander because there's no reason to pretend I'm not gonna do this.
Okay. I'm gonna sacrifice this before.
Maybe I'll regret this, but I'm gonna go get a mountain.
Before it does the thing, and I will get a mountain.
Okay.
Which is going like so. And I
Still got
passed
some mana.
her.
Oh, just a pass. Okay, I'll take it. Hey, Amabel,
Yeah.
tell me how you're feeling about Terrapact Intimidator. Would you like for me to have 2+1/+1 counters on this creature or 2 lander tokens?
Yeah. Yeah. 2+1/+1.
Okay, so you got some removal. That's fine.
What? You don't know that.
I do. You just told me. Let's. Like, this guy's fine, but I am sort of wondering if I should just. He's almost not better than the Moxite. Kind of want to just play the Moxite here. Maybe this is goofy, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to play a Melded Moxite. Don't tap lands for me. So when this enters, I may discard a card. If I do, draw 2 cards. I am going to discard an Umbral Collar Zealot to draw 2 cards. And then sometime later, I could sacrifice this, perhaps, to create a robot. Go ahead. Look at this man and his crazy energy blades. What a hero. Cat of Nine Tails in chat says that answer was way too quick for her not to have removal.
Please sacrifice a non-token creature.
Ooh, the Saurian Dirge craft. Sure. Should have played my other guy. Then you would have looked foolish. Foolish and beautiful.
Indeed.
So I'm going to play Interceptor McCann. Returning target artifact or creature card from my graveyard to my hand. And we're going to get the Terrapact Intimidator, and I'm going to play him.
Okay. This time he gets 2+1/+1s.
Okay. Fine by me. Thanks, Interceptor McCann. Go ahead, Amabel.
I want you having more land.
Who could possibly need more land? Speaking of having more land, how are you doing over there?
I have more land than I need.
It does seem like you might be flooding out a tiny amount.
Little bit.
Lana says y'all are playing way too much land for this to be the space battle that it is themed to be. I understand that. I see where you're coming from on that. Let me say swing for 6 here.
Let's do 4 damage on your Terrapath Intimidator.
Oh no, he was intimidated.
Then I will take 2.
Okay. I'm gonna play a forest, followed by a biotech specialist. This guy comes into play. I create a lander. And then I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. At the beginning of my end step, I had a non-land permanent leave the battlefield this turn, so counter for the Interceptor again. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh, a Cathedral of War. So yeah, one of the things they did with the weird planet theming, the weird like space planets theming, is they just brought back a lot of like weird one-off lands from the past. So this land has Exalted on it. I wish they used. Oh man, I really wish they could use the TCG Arena would use the EOE art, because all of those one-off lands from the past have been given such cool planet art. In fact...
Okay, fuck it. Let's do it. Sacrifice one of your creatures.
Hold on a second. Sorry. I'm here. You played a Caesarean Dirgecraft. Geez. Maybe this is me trying to too much have my cake and eat it too. Oh, no, you know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to pay 3 and sacrifice this Melded Moxite to create a robot token in response to that ability, and then I'm going to sacrifice the robot token.
No, you're not. Non-token creature.
Non-token creature. Okay, well, I still will have done that. That's all fine.
Okay, in which case I take 2
Hold on a
damage.
second. Let me put this yelling
Yes?
back out. Yeah. You take 2 damage from me sacrificing the Moxite. And then I will sacrifice... Gosh, is it silly for me to sacrifice the McCann just because I want to keep the Biotech Specialist working. So I will, in fact, sacrifice my potentially growing creature. And that's also me sacrificing an artifact. So take 2 damage.
Okay.
All right. Then I'm going to swing for 3.
Yeah, I take 3.
And then I guess I'm going to pass the turn. I unpaused because I was like, well, I want to sacrifice the lander during my turn because Void, but right, my Void creature's gone, so I should absolutely have done that. So this time I will sacrifice this, take 2. We're going to put a mountain into play.
Yeah.
Okay, I see no reason to do anything fancy about this. Let's just hard cast a red tiger McCann and swing for 6.
Yeah, I take 6.
Then I will play Pain for All on my red tiger McCann, dealing 3 damage to you.
Okay, yep, you win.
Okay.
I will still be on the draw for the next game. Yeah, I just kept drawing land. That's what
Yeah.
happened there.
Sorry about that,
Not
sweetie. That's
not
a
a
bummer.
fun time. Oh, this isn't much.
Okay, I'll keep this.
Fuck it. I'll keep it. Fudge it. Fudge it. I'll keep it.
Fudge it. I'll keep this darn hand. All right, go ahead. Mountain End Pass this time.
Swamp and pass.
Totally Harmless asks, can you change the art in this program? I don't believe so. I spent a little bit of time looking at the deck building interface to see if I could specify art for a card, and I didn't see a way to do it, but I didn't spend like a long time looking, so I might be wrong about that. All right, I think I'm going to play Wormwall Sweeper here. So when this spacecraft enters, I surveil 2.
Mm-hmm.
Surveil is any number of them in the graveyard. And the others back on top, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm actually going to graveyard both of these. And then
Scry is where it goes on the bottom of your deck.
Scry is, yeah, you can keep it on the top or put it on the bottom. So I have made a 2/2 flying spacecraft, but it has not yet been powered up, so it cannot do stuff.
I'm gonna tap
Okay.
that.
All right. So I'm going to warp the red tiger McCann,
Okay.
and then I'm going to tap it to for the station ability. So it puts 3 charge counters on my ship.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use the warp ability on timeline color. So pay black and pay 2 life, which I can do from the graveyard. And I'm going to also tap it to crew up Wormwall Sweeper. So Wormwall Sweeper now has 5 charge counters and is a live artifact creature.
Okay.
And then I'm going to swing with Wormwall Sweeper.
All right. Yeah, I take 2.
Okay, and then during my end step, these both go to the Warp Zone, which is the Exiled Zone, but in a place where they're retrievable.
Oh, this is rough.
Let me represent these charge counters a little bit differently. Okay. I'm going to... I think let's cast Timeline Color from the Warp.
Okay.
Swing for 4.
I am going to
Oh, no.
create a lander token, and then I'm going to sacrifice it, doing 2 damage to each creature.
Well, I guess I did run full speed into that. Second main, I'm going to play Melded Moxite. I'm going to discard this green card to draw 2 cards, and then pass the turn. That's a pretty good litho breaking.
Yeah, this is a rough situation. But I play this. I have a creature on the board.
You do.
Hooray!
Let's cast the Red Tiger McCann from the Warp Zone and swing for 3.
I take 3.
And then I will pass the turn to you.
Oh, thank Christ. Okay. Swing for 2.
I'll take 2. No, what kind of beautiful second main do you have? Oh no, wait, actually, hold on. You have Exalted.
That's right. I'm sorry. Take 3, please.
You have a land with one copy of Exalted on it. Jeez. I'm still winning the race, but not by as much anymore. What a silly thing. What you think?
We sacrifice a non-token creature.
Sure. That's a thing you could think. Okay. Let's get a Grav Blade Heavy. Please stop making me sacrifice my creatures.
Okay.
Pass the turn. So I do have an artifact, so he is a 4/4 Death Touch.
Okay. Well, the thing is,
Yeah,
he
what's
takes 6 damage.
6-ish damage, huh? That seems like a lot.
Um,
Yep, taking 3.
no, I'm
Oh, you're
I'm crewing.
you're stationing.
Yeah, stationing.
Okay.
And then I'm spending 2 to
Where are the
do the lander thing.
Okay.
What I have 2 small. Oh, I have 2 of each. Okay. So I'm gonna say mountain.
Okay. Well, I believe I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay.
I know there are other ways of playing Magic Online. I think there's for free, obviously. I'm gonna bombard that man.
Oh, okay. Well, is that after it's crewed the thing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I can't do
That
it before it's a cost.
Which creates a token.
Yeah. I was gonna do that somewhere around the end.
Who
of the
then
turn
is
anyway.
going to?
Yeah. End of your turn. I'm gonna pay 3 and sacrifice my Moxite to get a cool robot of my own.
Okay.
All right, and then let's swing for 2.
I could let that come through,
You could.
but it'd be funnier
It'd be funnier if you did something else.
if I created a lander token.
Yeah, you gonna blow up your own robot.
No, I'm just going to do that in response to the
okay.
thing, and I'm going to take the 2.
Okay. All right. Well, I suppose that's allowed. This feels like a silly thing to do, maybe, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna play Pain for All on my robot token,
Okay.
killing your robot token, dealing 2 damage to him, and then I'm gonna pass the turn to you.
At the end of... Okay. No, I'm...
If you want to finish crewing up that spaceship, you're gonna have to find yourself another dude.
No. So at the end of your turn,
Mm-hmm.
create a lander token,
Wow.
and then sacrifice it to do 2 damage to your robot.
Okay. That also deals 2 damage to you. Pain.
Okay.
Pain for all.
Yep. I'm gonna crack this lander.
Okay.
To get a swamp. And then that's actually my turn. That's real frustrating.
I'm gonna play an Umbral Collar Zealot
Okay.
and pass. I'm worried about the number of cards you have in hand. Because if you don't have any creatures, it suggests to me that the cards left in your hand are kill spells, probably. I don't need all this removal. What if you just let a 3/2 exist and do its job?
I mean, I think I bombard your guy for 4.
Darn it. Can't even sacrifice him to himself to get a surveil.
Then I cast this and use it to bring my ship into play.
Your ship is already in play.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then it's going to swing for 4 in there.
Yep. What I do not need is another damn Grav Pack Monolith. Well, I'm going to orbital plunge your Dirgecraft.
Okay.
It's having a situation today. Sorry, I should have, before moving that, should have created the lander. Okay. And then I'm going to play a Grav Pack Monoist. How you feel about that? What if we just perfectly mirror each other at all times?
Please sacrifice a creature.
That is not
deals
what that
10 damage.
says.
Sorry, deals 10 damage up to your Grav Pack Monolith. Okay.
Well, all right. My Grav Pack Monoist has been shot down by the pinnacle kill ship. The most kill of any ship.
Okay. I'm going to put 2 counters
2
on
counters on it? Okay.
this thing.
Sure.
Uh,
That's the largest amount of kill of any ship you can get on the market. What an interesting card to draw.
I don't like the sound of that.
I mean, I think I just play it. Sothera the Super Void?
Okay.
That's the most void of any void you can get on the market. And then I'm going to swing for 2.
Yeah, I take 2.
And then I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay.
I do feel like I'm playing a little sloppy here. My line from with this hand was a little goofy.
All right. I'm going to put 2 counters on this thing.
Go ahead. See if I care.
I'm going to litho break, create a lander, and then sacrifice it to kill both of our guys.
Okay.
Which means that this creates a robot, and now your thing triggers?
Well, so you sacrifice the
Lander
thing.
do 2 damage.
Oh, yeah, both of our
to all.
creatures go to the graveyard at the same time.
Yeah.
I think this works out really well for you, right?
I think so, if I'm doing this right.
Because the triggers go out. The triggers they're triggered simultaneously, and then they go on the stack in active player, non-active player order. So when your guy dies, create a robot trigger goes on first. Then the Super Void trigger goes on, And when the Super Void trigger resolves, you don't have any creatures yet.
Okay.
So you don't end up exiling anything. And then your trigger resolves and you get your robot.
Who then?
Who then stations the ship.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, I'm going to pop my lander for a green here.
I forgot you had green.
Fuck.
You have so much land.
Yeah, no kidding. At the beginning of my end step, a player controls no creatures, so I exile this thing and put a creature exiled with it onto the battlefield, but there were no creatures exiled with it, so I just lose. And then I pass the turn to you.
Okay.
All I needed to draw was any non-land card, basically.
Okay.
Oh, cool, and you have creatures.
I'm just gonna tap to do this thing.
Yep.
And then swinging for 9.
Yep. And then I'm gonna draw a land. Watch. I did. I fucking did.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that was game 2.
That was
So,
game
so we're 1-1 now in the match.
1-1. Yeah.
All right.
Draw or play?
I think I'd like to be on the draw.
Okay.
Yeah, I consider this acceptable.
This is not.
Amabel, am I the worst Magic player in existence?
No.
That was harsh. You did some harsh magics to me there. That was a long series of harsh magics. Like the life of any trans woman, really. Go ahead. Here comes the Terrapact Intimidator. He's so intimidating.
Yeah, take the 2 lander tokens.
Go ahead.
I get a lander and I sacrifice it, and your guy takes 2 damage.
Fair enough. Amabel, have you ever considered what would happen if you had a problem that couldn't be solved by dealing 2 damage to all my creatures?
I'd be in trouble.
For example,
For sure.
say a problem like this.
Shit. Okay, yeah, that's trouble.
Go ahead. Now we all know you have the Bombard. Or is it time for an orbital plunge?
Time for an orbital launch.
It's very fun. It must be very fun to be you. Well,
You got 3 fucking lander tokens. It's not fun for me.
I suppose I'm going to play this Entropic Battlecruiser.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a serious situation.
I thought so. Oh no, a Cav Landstander. He's going to stand all over my land. I'm going to play Siege Ship Agrarian. Is that cool?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to play my land for the turn, causing him to gain a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to tap him to station.
Okay, which then creates a lander token.
which creates a lander token whenever he becomes
Yeah.
tapped.
Jesus, I don't like how much lander tokens you have.
What if they just sat and played and never did anything with them, though, right? Like,
I mean, that'd be pretty funny.
go ahead. There's some kind of magic happening over here. I think it is traditional to use your lander tokens for things, but neither one of us really believes in that shit.
I swing for 5,
I'll take 5.
and then I'm gonna sack the lander that he created.
Yep.
That doesn't take 2. My mana. Search. That into play. I have 2 left. Yeah, okay.
What you got?
I got passing the turn.
Okay, I was gonna say it can't be that much. You have 2 lands untapped. Which... All right, I'm gonna tap this guy for station.
Okay.
Putting 4 more counters on this, creating another lander. And that is a fully armed and operational battle cruiser.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Start of your combat phase?
I'm gonna go ahead and
What?
play this orbital plunge.
Okay.
Let's be rid of your man.
Mm-hmm.
Put another lander into play.
Okay.
I'll get around to it. Okay.
Okay.
Entering combat. What's up, Amabel?
Cool. -3 power to your battle cruiser.
Well, these things happen. Go ahead. One day I'm gonna start popping landers and things are gonna get really serious. Man, Depressurize is such a good card. Your graveyard is horrifying. Oh, it's the Skittermaw.
Yeah.
Sure.
Please take 4 damage to your agrarian. Hey, a non-land permanent left thing at the turn, so at the end of my turn gets a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah, funny how that works. And of course, now I draw the land. Fuck you, Magic. Well, I'm gonna orbital plunge that guy.
All right. Create another land.
Create a lander token. And then you know what? Still not popping them. Virus Beetle.
Oh, that's rude. I fucking hate that.
What'd I get? A Grav Blade Heavy. All right, I consider that a victory. So that's Virus Beetle punching above his weight. So now you're in full top deck mode. If you draw good cards, I'm going to be so
please
mad.
Sacrifice a creature.
Oh, who cares? Whatever. That's fine. All right. I'm going to play a Melded Moxite,
Okay.
discarding a card to draw 2 cards. Oh, play Grav Blade Heavy. I have an artifact in play.
You sure do.
Go ahead.
All right, playing Command Bridge, and I'm gonna tap another thing, and then I'm gonna crack open this lander.
Sure. Wait, you can sacrifice those? Yep.
And then that's me. I don't have any creatures.
All right.
I'm defenseless.
Beat for 4.
I take 4.
Okay, Go. Really, just a pass. All right, at the end of your turn, I'm sacrificing 3 landers. We're going to put 2 swamps and a mountain into play. All right, here's a timeline color. Swing for 6.
I take 6.
And then I pass. I had drawn 1 land earlier so that I could have done the orbital plunge and cracked a lander to put a counter on my agrarian. Oh, man. Not that I'm complaining. Obviously, I'm doing fine.
Okay, I'm warping this man in.
Okay.
And then tapping him to put 2 counters in that thing, and at the end of my turn, he's...
Goes to the warp zone. Yep. Weird. Weird choice. To not just, like, play him, you know? Alright, end of your turn. I'm gonna sacrifice
some mana.
I'm gonna sacrifice my Melded Moxite for a robot and then also fire 2 more landers.
Okay.
Getting a mountain and a swamp. How am I still drawing land? Here comes 8.
8? Yeah, I take 8.
All right, second main Nebula Dragon, do 3 to your face.
Okay, you win, yeah. So you've won 2?
2, yep, 2 to 1.
Yeah, you're on the play this time then.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I can't believe I drew another land. What a fucked up thing to happen. I'm on the play.
You're on the play.
I'll keep it.
This is a dubious keep, but I'm gonna do it.
I love Edge of Eternities.
Yeah, it's a good set.
Right.
It's almost as good as Bloomborough.
Go ahead. Hey, guess what? He's intimidating. He's all up in your business. He's got
Get
scissors.
the counters. Get the
Oh,
counters.
she got the removal spell. All right, go ahead.
Question is, will I ever have the mana for the removal spell?
Swing for 3 or 4.
I take 4.
Grav Pack Monoist. Go.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna discard a card.
Oh.
That feels bad.
You kept a 2-lander with no playable.
If I drew any land, it would
Okay,
be
all right.
playable.
Okay.
I have not drawn any land.
All right. I'm not.
You told
Damn.
me
Okay.
the math is... Amabel, do the math.
Did you do the math?
I thought so.
Okay. Swing for 6.
I take 6.
All right. Play a 2-drop and pass.
Well, I still haven't drawn any land.
Well,
Um,
this is not a good draw to be doing that against.
no, I see that. And then you're swinging for 9. Am I right? Okay, well you win.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your turn 5 2-minute victory. Do you want to do one more?
I do. Yeah.
You won the match, but yeah, that was a sketchy keep, and I paid the price for that. This is less sketchy. Okay.
Mountain Pass.
Yeah, I had a bunch of 3 mana black cards,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, you just didn't draw.
my cheap red removals. So if I drew anything, any land, I would have been okay. But I did not do that.
I had to say it seems like a bad strat to me. Terra Pact Intimidator. I will say I'm getting like your Magda luck on this. I do only have one of these guys.
Yeah, go ahead and get the counters.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Every time you give me the counters instead of the landers, I'm a little sad. I would so much rather
I
have
know.
the landers.
I know.
It's like, damn, a 2-mana 4/3. This card's garbage. Swing for 4.
Take 4.
I think the right thing to do here is to Skittermon pass. I was
Okay.
considering just doing this. You know, maybe that would have been the thing. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I think I did that wrong.
Okay, lander token. I sacrifice it. It kills this Skittermon. Does 2 damage to your
Why?
other guy, but your other guy's still alive, unfortunately.
What'd the Skittermon ever do to you?
Things.
Swing for 4?
Yeah, I take 4.
Alright, I'm gonna play Wormwall Sweeper, Surveilling 2, which is what I should have done last turn. Yeah, I'm gonna put this guy into the yard. Keep the other card on top, and then am I just gonna... Could have done this before combat. I think it's generally not right. I feel a little silly, but I am gonna do it. I'm gonna warp him.
Okay.
So I'll pay 2 life and my other mana. He comes in, does nothing, goes to the warp zone. Sorry, he comes in, puts 2 counters on the sweeper, goes to the warp zone. There you go. Okay, he still had some utility. That was something. Who would play such a garbage card? Let's... Yeah, you know what? I don't mind losing. Let's play the timeline color out of the warp zone. I'm also going to play Umbral Collar Zealot and tap him to put charge counters on the Wormwall Sweeper. And I'm going to swing with all of these friends.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Jesus. I block the
Bro, the Zealot's not attacking.
timeline color.
He's just tapped. Okay. So you take 6. These dudes
I
trade.
take 6.
Go ahead.
All right. Ice Scoop. This just didn't work. My cards just weren't coming together. Oh well. Congratulations on your 4-1 victory.
Yeah, I had a pretty mean set of cards.
Yeah.
Too, like.
So let me show you my decks. I don't think I did as good a job this time as I did.
Okay. Well, I mean, also your pool might not be as powerful. Your previous pool was very strong.
Let me put this in.
Do you want to maybe? Your choice. Do you want your camera on?
Not right. I do not look presentable. Right? No. Hang on. Camera off.
Okay, why don't you just press every button on the interface there? Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so Wow. Litho breaking is an uncommon. You had 4 litho breakings?
Yeah. So I thought, okay, that's gonna be at least funny. I don't know if I'm gonna win, but it'll be funny if I play that over and over again.
I mean,
That's what
it
really
was
built this
pretty
network with
funny.
comedy.
I will say that I do think you were successful. It was pretty funny. Then yeah, so I do think survey mechanics kind of not great.
Yeah. No, I noticed that.
You have a pinnacle kill ship here as your only sort of like game ending kind of creature.
Yeah.
I do like molecular modifier. A couple of Grav Pack Monoists, great dudes, a Beam Saw Prospector. I also had one. I didn't see either of them.
It never showed up. Yeah.
Ooh, yours is foil. Fancy. Foil Zern Miffles. Yeah, your removal was harrowing. The amount of removal that every creature had to walk through was harrowing.
Well, this is another thing, is that I'm usually pretty bad when I'm building the deck at managing the removal and having enough removal. I tend to be very creature heavy, and I think the balance that was off in this deck. I think, but I'm trying to stretch.
Yeah,
I'm trying to.
I appreciate that. You're trying new things. Can I ask you what's the story with the Interceptor McCann? Who's sitting at the top of your sideboard?
So the reason why he's there, this is be real, is that I was gonna play white and black.
Okay,
So I got rid of that guy immediately, and then I changed my mind
but you didn't
and
go
went
back
with the
and-
red, and I did not see
Yeah.
that the guy was.
Because yeah, that dude is first of all top tier, and secondly, way better than Survey McCann.
Yeah.
that swap happens. Like, you don't even have to think about anything else.
I think one danger I had here, especially with the last 2 games, is that most of my creatures are swamp, and most of my spells are red, mountain, and if
You don't really have much in the way. Well, I was going to say you don't have much in the way of fixing. That's ridiculous. You have 12 litho breakings. You have so many landers, actually.
But that game where I never got any red cards,
Yeah.
didn't, yeah, that put me at that disadvantage.
Can you show us the art for your Sick Cathedral? The proper Edge of Eternity's version of that art? Okay, I mean, that one's not so amazing, but it's still cooler than the art that was on the card in there. I like the card treatment for the weird planets too, that the text box and everything.
I enjoy playing Depressurize on your giant spaceship. That was good.
I mean,
Those are
a spaceship is exactly the sort of thing you're supposed to depressurize.
Yeah.
Lore wise, it was great.
It might be that I should have been in like blue or green or
I will
what's
say,
call it,
without looking at too much detail at your other stuff, I did see a Sedge class seed ship, which is the kind of card that I will at least splash for, certainly.
But what
Ooh.
I was thinking.
Oh yeah, you're green. Ooh.
Green's real good. Yeah, I realize that now. But I was thinking, look at all. These are good. These are good.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Listen, green red is mighty fine. I think your black cards are decent. Obviously, like depressurized double Dirgecraft. You got a Beam Saw Prospector. But like in green I see 2 Galactic Wayfarers.
Yeah.
What a man. What a man. Yeah, you got a Sky Stinger, which is pretty alright.
Mhm.
If you just like slowly scroll down that set of green cards there, I think like all of them are kind of fantastic. The Fate Maker is not fantastic, but it's good. It's all right. Might Farm Harmonizer is good fun. A Germinating Worm's pretty okay.
Yeah, I probably should have went with that.
And then this is beautiful.
Honestly, can I tell you something? You won't make fun of me.
Yeah.
I made my decision a little more quickly this time. because I need to eat. So so I assume I didn't take too long making the deck.
Well, I mean,
Playing the game sooner.
we had to
Uh,
know that it was going to be me who was the time bottleneck.
Yeah, no, I know. I didn't. It wasn't completely logical. You gonna show me your deck?
Sure. Yeah.
Show me the terrors you used to destroy me.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, all that really happened this game was that my deck consistently drew the cards that are common in my deck. And that turned out to be good enough. So if we pull this over to here, I think that should be showing you the right thing. Yeah. So yeah, just like, I had some 2 drops and a couple of 3
Oh, that's
drops.
not orbital plunge.
And yeah, 3 orbital plunges, which is very fun.
Oh, you got a Nebula Dragon? Oh, man, yeah, I would have been in trouble.
Well, I mean, you knew I had a Nebula Dragon. I played it the one game. Remember it took your face off?
Right at the very,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and just kind of like creatures that are okay. It's basically like creatures that are okay deck. Except for Siege Ship Gurion, who is considerably more than okay, but whose whole situation didn't quite work out. It's tough. It's tough to have anything less than 6 toughness in this format.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to live. That's why you gotta play your interceptor mechanics. So I was gonna splash for most of the build. I was thinking it was blue black because I have 2 of this guy, and I was like, that's cards and also a man. That seems fine. But then as I cut down more and more, I realized that if I was splashing blue, it was basically just gonna be for 2 copies of this dude. And so I was like, do I have any other more compelling splash colors in my deck? And I think like green for Siege Ship plus Biotech Specialist plus the Siege Ship Impact, like. I think that's more compelling. I think that's more fun.
Well, congratulations on your victory.
And congratulations on your victory. I also had a space-time anomaly. Look at this.
No. I hate that. I hate that so much.
The thing is, like, if you're playing white-blue and there's going to be games where you draw this and you're at like 3 trying to stabilize, and this card doesn't affect the table at all. And also it's bad if you're in the position where you're trying to get your feet back under you. So I try to always, like, that's a guiding principle for me of deck building is play the smallest possible number of cards where if I draw them while losing, it's bad. It's fine for a card to not be that exciting while you're winning, because you're winning already.
Yeah.
But your cards need to be good when you're losing. And I think like most of these cards I'm pretty happy to see when I'm losing.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm not a fan of other people milling my cards.
Sure.
So I can. There was that game we played with your friends where they had some kind of
okay, for context here for listeners, this was a cube draft with my friend's cube.
Yeah, and there was a card that like milled 4 cards off my deck at the start of their turn and then exiled my graveyard. And it did that like 4 times and then was like removed and then was recovered from the graveyard and cast again. And like I just never had my cards. Like the most of the game. It was really I don't like that. I don't like that very much. Graveyard is just a second library unless they exile your graveyard as part of the same action. Oh. Hey, we're in the post stream.
It's pretty bad in Magic when they exile your library. If your library gets exiled, you are likely to do poorly. Yeah, hey everybody, welcome to the post stream. You know what? Let me say one thing before we're properly committed to the post stream here, which is that the music for today, and this is often the case, but today in especial for the entire stream, of course, has been provided by the Relaxed Movement, where the music is, they got a lot of cool chill music over there. Thanks, y'all, for allowing us to use your music for free. Anyway, phase 3. Hey, Amabel. This is the part of the stream where we talk about a thing that we loved in the past week so that other people can love it too. And of course, folks can share in the chat, and let's all help each other find things that are rad.
Yes.
What do you got? What's the thing that you have enjoyed very much in the past week?
Something I enjoyed a moderate amount, at least, this morning, is I noticed that on sale on Steam for like $3, both Joe Danger games were available, so I bought them. And I remember the first Joe Danger, which is kind of like a cartoony Trials.
Yeah, they're Trials like.
So I remember the first one when it came out for the PlayStation machine, and I had enjoyed it. I tried to run it this morning, does not run very well. But the second one does, and it has like a movie stuntman theme where you're doing like mine car stuff, like different kinds of vehicles. And you know what? It's a fun game, and it definitely, I would say, for like less than $3, I would recommend that game, Joe Danger 2, from 2013.
Sure, check it out. It's a cool video game from the past.
Here's the thing. I like things from the past, and you talk like you're from the past. That's why we work together so well.
No, that makes sense.
What do you got?
The Backrooms movie came to streaming. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
Yeah,
it
it's
with
good.
my own face. And you know what? I liked it quite a bit. I was extremely leery of the concept of a Backrooms movie, because the whole thing about the Backrooms is sort of like to a certain extent, it's a sort of a bring your own scares kind of premise, right? Where like it's just this like forever space. And for me, the thing that's scary about the Backrooms, so like I was kind of loosely familiar with, not having actually watched much of, but sort of loosely familiar with the director's Backrooms stuff that he just did on YouTube. And I kind of don't like it, because for me, the thing that's scary about the Backrooms is sort of the infinite loneliness of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that speaks a lot to the kind of person I am and what my anxieties are. And sure, you know, everything's different things is scary for different people. So like for me, but there's a monster in it. It's like hard missing the point. But I thought actually they did a super good job in the movie of making it about something, simultaneously creating a good reason for things to be the way they are in a sort of thematic sense, while not really answering any diegetic, like mechanical questions at all. It's got for my money just the right mix of care to theme, but refusal to sort of like simplify the thing. I was very pleased. I still think the version of the Backrooms in my head is way scarier to me than but there is a monster in it. But they done a good. And you know who's always great is that Chiwetel Ejiofor. I don't think I've ever seen him in something where he wasn't spectacular.
I don't think so either. I'm not. I'll take that as a challenge. Go to his Wikipedia page.
Which is not to say that he's never been in a bad thing, but I've never seen it at least. Let's see, what do we got in chat here? According to Robin, says Disgaea is still fun in 2026. That makes sense. I remember Disgaea fondly. I think there's like 100 of them now, and I only played the first one, but I did like the first one. Cat of Nine Tails says, got around to the second book in the Locked Tomb series, Harrow the Ninth. Yo, I loved Harrow so much. I think Gideon is great. Gideon's a great story, and Harrow, I loved it so much more because of the ways it sort of like doubles back on itself, and also also it truly has one of the most stellar moments of I had to put the book down. Like, there's a thing that has not 100% been confirmed, I believe, as of the end of Harrow, and I haven't read Nona yet. I have it, but I haven't read it yet. But there's a thing that was going on, I thought, and then is pretty clearly, I don't know, maybe it's just out of character, but the there's a thing, without wanting to spoil anything, there's a thing the guy says about the 9 houses and the grief that was it was a transformative moment.
Okay.
A transformative moment.
So I can report that I don't think you've seen him in any bad films, and I think probably even the films that he's been bad in, or he's been in that have been bad, he's probably been good.
Yeah.
Like, I doubt we would enjoy Sherlock Gnomes, where he plays Gnome Watson, but I'm sure he does fine.
Yeah, he's probably okay in it. Yeah, Kat, if you know what I'm talking about on both levels of it, it's something. Also, I gotta say, I was a little bit surprised. It's true in the first book, but it's even truer in the second book. There's a lot of like pretty grisly depictions of descriptions, I should say, of the particulars of like the osteomancy, because they're books about lesbian space necromancers. To be clear, if anybody's not familiar with Locked Tomb, it's basically a book about lesbian space necromancers. And they really get quite descriptive about the specifics of what's going on with the necromantic magic in a way that I love, but I'm surprised so many other people love it, because it's the kind of thing that I would expect would gross people out. You know?
See, I didn't. I read the part of the first book. I didn't even get to the gross part. I just had trouble with how mean they were to each other.
Oh, you kept getting too horny to keep reading, or?
No. Is the emotional texture was really turbulent.
Yes.
And I was not in a place for it. It's just like I tried to read Tori Peters' book Detransition Baby a few years ago, and I got through the first chapter and I was like, this is too real and discomfortable in ways that making me a little sick to my stomach just from the emotional texture of it. And big baby, it turns out. So, yeah, it was kind of a similar thing. It was like, oh wow, there are intense feelings and toxic. I would say toxic behaviors.
Yeah. Well, toxic.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if I like. There's characters in these books who legitimately do not like each other very much, and they are not afraid to display that. But yeah, they're real good. Robin is having a little bit of a reaction in chat. Robin, is that you having had what these books are about described to you for the first time? Because that was the experience I had. They've been popular for quite some time. Prior to me hearing the phrase lesbian space necromancers. And when I heard that, I was like, why the fuck do people not lead with that when they talk about these books? Why am I just finding out now that I want to read these? All right, getting back to it. Let me look at what else is going on in the chat here. I've been reading a lot of ACOUP the last 2 weeks. I suspect people here already know it and love it. ACOUP, a couple of Hold on. What is this an acronym for? Amabel. ACOUP. Help us.
I don't know. A clown only uses
Penis.
peanuts. Peanuts.
Sure,
Oh my goodness.
Sure. A collection of unmitigated pedantry. I don't know what that is.
I'm not familiar.
I'm going to be honest with you. From the name, it does kind of sound like it would be my thing.
I mean, from the name, it sounds like something that you've done.
Yeah, for sure.
I say this with love. Looks like it's a blog about history.
Cornflake says, a historian nerding out over popular media portrayals. This is a thing that I will look into. Thank you for the suggestion. This sounds, it seems neat. It seems interesting.
Well, I think that's a successful stream.
Somebody's making fun of the fact that you said PlayStation machine.
Is it Robin?
Guess who it
Is it
was?
Robin?
Nick 16 character says Netrunner and Civolution are still good. Yeah, Netrunner's good. Netrunner's good stuff.
Okay, wait. How is Robin making fun of me?
I just told you.
Yeah, but challenging my dead grandma with that.
Just calling all video games the Nintendo.
Oh, fuck off.
Anyway.
Here's the problem.
Yeah.
Valve actually named it the Steam Machine.
It is called the Steam Machine. That's not her fault. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. That's going to be the stream for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching and for hanging out. Cat of Nine Tails says, to repeat an earlier suggestion, I did see this and I didn't say it out loud. My apologies. The Stupendium in general, but especially the new song Patch Me Up, which seems to have some extra resonance if you watched the Amazing Digital Circus, which we did.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to be try to be precise about this.
Okay.
I liked the Amazing Digital Circus. I think that the last episode, I quibble, but I liked the thing overall.
But not for the reasons everyone else is.
Hold on. I like the thing overall. I almost wish I hadn't watched it because I think if I hadn't seen it, the amount of annoyed that I get from seeing people's commentary on the internet would probably be a lot less. And man, I really don't like reading what other people have to say. I'm sure there's lots of people who have intelligent commentary, but some people love to say some shit that is so fucking stupid. You ever see that Austin Walker tweet? It's like, you ever see a take so bad that you are forced to immediately go to sleep? It's like that, except I'm seeing them like 12 times a day if I'm on social media at all, and it's just I don't have time for all these naps, you know.
And here's the thing: those bad takes have been going on for months, and I've been seeing them, but because I didn't have any context for it,
yeah, right. They just rolled right off
over me
until
now,
you know the thing, and now I'm mad.
I was like, you fucking idiots. Go to jail.
Anyway, what a positive way to end the positive part of the stream.
Fandom is a cancer, unless it's fandom for SB Plays games. Visit the Reddit.
Listen, you can be a fan of a thing without engaging in fandom, and I would recommend that you do. I think that's it's a healthier way to do.
But if you all want to do gas fan art, we don't mind.
No, we love gas fan art. Fan art's not fandom necessarily. Even to the point where you're doing /fic fan art, I think that can still be fine. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time. There's more stuff. There's going to be more videos. There's going to be more Elspeth. There's going to be more Emeram. I'm going to finish it. It's a cool game. I love it. There's also going to be some other stuff. We're going to be getting back to Deus Ex and probably La Mulana. Definitely Deus Ex at least. And all of that stuff. And of course, a stream next weekend that is going to be some kind of thing. Not magic. Video games. That's what I'll say about it. It's going to be video games. If that bumped you out, we are maybe planning to also get some other kind of magic on the channel in the near future. We'll see. Thank you all so much for watching. Go forth into the world. Bring your love with you. And then enjoy all of the things that attracts to you and bring them back to us so we can all enjoy them too. And we'll see you then.